Tobin and Leroy.
Leroy Ford was one of the baddest men.
Nah, dude, they call me the kangaroo.
Yeah. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that's the decoy. Better ask about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, host of the showman. Still silly sauce for the show in. Till then, it's half moon open. Sometimes go takes like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever trade again. What is in store? Like under the seat of the driver's side floor. It's Gucci's galore, so many more. From 6 in the Mars, never more. Man, if I'm honest, the damage is done. Silly sauce on unlimited funds. Join us on Twitch for unlimited fun. J-Fig and Marcos, you with it or what?
Tobin, two who Tobin is.
Happy Friday, Low Dog, and happy Friday to all of you.
Yes.
Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. How are you today, Show Pony?
Me?
Yeah,
You're the one with your title says it all.
Perhaps I was too hard on Kevin Love yesterday. Perhaps.
Wait, when did you come to that determination? Because we got a text. We got a text yesterday that said, clearly, you didn't come to that conclusion before like 7 o'clock.
I know, but you want to know something? I got very emotional yesterday because I saw Creed 3. And
really?
Was
it good?
Goosies. Oh, was it good? One of these movies not good.
Is it better than the first two?
I don't think it's better than Creed 1. It's definitely better than Creed 2. I didn't think Creed 2 was that great. But I thought
because they tried to make I think in Creed 2 they tried to make that story about Drago.
I just thought it was too much. Yeah, I thought they lopped in just too much into this movie. I thought they did just the right amount. It was I will say it was much different than any other Creed Rocky series. Like, and I think probably a part of that was there was no Rocky. Like it's all the story of Adonis Creed and his background, and it was great. I mean, it was awesome. Michael B. Jordan did a bang up job directing it.
What probably would make it a little bit different is the fact that, like you said, there was no Rocky, because Rocky's input would always have the movie like a Rocky movie.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's not a part of it or wasn't a part of it, it almost tends like the story has a chance to expand and grow and not have the same, setup and whatever.
Yeah, it was it was for me, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it, got the goosies, and then I said, you know what? We got to be given second chances in life. And so perhaps I was a little too hard on Kevin Love. That's what I came to the conclusion with.
Was that before or after the text?
I was after.
Okay.
It was after, because I was we
were on the way to the movie theater.
Yeah, wifey and I had a nice like weekday date night. So we got some food, and then we were perusing because we had time to kill to the movie. And I was in a shopping plaza, and wouldn't you know it, there was Five and Below.
But that's not the worst part. Like you can't just take a picture and we get chuckles, right? You can't just do that. Not you. You have.
You really gonna read these?
Yes.
Why?
You need to be shamed.
Fair.
And he sends us a picture of Five Below, right? So we get a chuckle. That's funny, right? He doesn't stop, because he doesn't stop. And he goes, I just saw he's 24% off, same as his 3-point percentage with Miami. And I'm like, what? And now you say you were too hard?
Perhaps I was.
Listen, in all honesty, I did chuckle because it was funny. It was harsh, but it was funny.
We got a big day today, a loaded sports day here in South Florida. So let's get to our headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Miami Hurricanes. They take on Duke tonight, 7 o'clock. Nearly pooped my pants watching that ending yesterday. I got to tell you that much.
When they had an 18-point lead, you were like, this is dunzo, right? Let's move on. Let's move on. Number 1 seed, number 9 seed, 18-point lead, going to the second half with Coach L. Let's go do something else.
I got cocky. I went to the Publix close to my house. Went and got a pub sub. Come sit down, and I'm watching them hang on for dear life. And I don't know what the rankings are as far as most anxious moments, but I gotta say, college basketball up 2 with a chance for your opponent to heave is as anxious as you are as a sports fan. It is so. I thought for sure it was going in. I'm just like, this is gonna go in.
Is it more exciting than a Hail Mary pass?
I think so.
I think so too.
I just think it happens more. You know, Hail Marys are rare.
And here's the other thing is that, and don't think you can't get got, because I'm looking at all these games and all these tournaments being played all over. And how many times do you see on the bottom of the
Whoa. How many times do you
How
see
many
that?
times do you see on the bottom of the scroll where so-and-so makes a three-pointer with 0.8 seconds left? I saw that all day. So now I'm like thinking, oh boy. And then you start playing it out as the ball's in the air. Well, they still could be a good 2 seed, solid 2 seed, even if they lose in the tournament. They did win the regular season ACC,
Right.
which is a better indication of how good your team. And then it missed. And I'm like, whoo.
Oh, thank God.
Never
Great
mind.
game. Great game, everyone.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's, I mean, plus you have to think about this. There's teams that already know they're in the tournament. And then there's teams that need to win a couple of games to get in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that the teams that are already in aren't playing hard, but they ain't playing with that same intensity as the go home team. The team that if they don't win a couple of games, they're gonna be in what is the NIT or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, it was woo.
Nervous, dude. So
Yep,
what is that? Is it
Duke
on the
scored
Shark tonight? Is that where the game is?
Yes, the game will be
All
on
right.
the
So
show.
if you guys want to listen to the Canes tonight, 104.3 the Shark. If you guys want to listen to that,
Because
FM
we got Heat,
104.3.
right? We
have
tonight.
Heat tonight. Heat back on the hardwood against the
Cleveland.
Cleveland Cavaliers. 8:00 tip off from
Woo.
Miami-Dade Arena. I'll be boots on the ground tonight. Coverage on the ticket. Coverage on WQAM begins at 6:45 with
Yep.
pre-heat.
They need to do something about these point guards.
Yeah. Point guard. They need to do everything. That's a good team, Cleveland. They got a lot.
They are. You see, are we starting to tend to lean towards KD being street clothes?
I feel bad for him, man. Did you
I
see
feel
what happened? Like, did you see how it went
Yeah,
down?
He slipped in
Slipped.
pregame.
Yeah, that was
He's
terrible.
fragile, man.
Yeah,
Handle
and he's
with
got a
care.
weird body. He's got a weird body.
I mean,
like
he's built like 2 broomsticks, right? He's
is-
like, to be that tall, he has giant feet and skinny
Giant
skinny
feet.
legs.
and he's hidden the fact that he's 7 foot this entire time.
Yeah. Oh, we know. We know.
You know, we
But-
know KD.
And then you got LeBron and AD. Street clothes is balling. Street clothes is balling.
Yeah, but you never have the trust
Yeah.
it's gonna last, do you?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's certain players in sports where, like Giancarlo Stanton, right? You know, he might hit 10 home runs in 6 games and then be out for 3 weeks. It
Yep.
happens every year.
Happens every year.
And
It's
you don't know why?
cyclist
Hammy,
in.
elbow, oblique, something.
All right, so you got some restructuring news on the Dolphins front. Adam Schefter, he has just tweeted out, because we got the news earlier today, Teron Armstead has restructured his contract. The
Mhm.
Dolphins are converting Tyreek Hill $10 million roster bonus to $60 million salary into a $24.8 million bonus. This saves about $18 million against the caps. Against the cap. So
Tyreek's gonna get a check for $24 million,
mhm.
but the Dolphins are gonna save money. This is how the game is played now.
Yep.
This is how, and the thing that's better about it. See, this isn't the first time football's been like this. Years ago, when San Francisco went on their run, right?
Mhm.
They would redo everybody's contract and stay 1 year ahead of the cap. The problem was when all those guys got old, they were terrible because they couldn't, all that money kind of against the cap. They didn't have a good team, so they kind of went in the tank for a while. But yeah, this is how the game is played. The players don't mind because they get a nice fat check. The team saves some money, and you're still getting your money, but they're just kind of rearranging it to save some room under the cap. Maybe it's to sign.
Maybe
it's not to sign Tua, but I would say it's to sign Wilkins.
Yeah, I mean they don't have to. They don't. They don't have to sign Wilkins yet, but yeah, they probably will.
You can do him. You can sign him first for this reason that Tua, if you can either sign Tua and avoid having to pick up that 5th year, which would probably save you a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can pick up the 5th year on Tua and then sign Wilkins and then do Tua in the offseason.
This is one of those things that, see, like, I get the Dolphins being, if you want to be apprehensive to give Tua an extension, even if you feel like it's going to save you a lot of money. Like, I would be okay with the Dolphins just going through this year because it's not like you have. I would pick up the option. That's what I would do.
That's what I think. I think, but the reason why I think they haven't done it yet is maybe they're trying to either work out a deal now or, and so that's why I'm gonna give it time. Like for people to hyperventilate, why didn't I do it now? Why didn't I do it? There's a plan, and you can kind of see the pieces coming into place. So when everything's all said and done and all the restructuring is done, then we look at the guys whose contracts are up and see what they're doing with those guys. Then we can make a better determination of where the Dolphins are as far as these players are, because you really don't know. They may have plans to re-sign this guy, re-sign that, extend this guy, but they have to work some things out first, and just kind of, you got to kind of let it play out a little bit.
I will say, though, this goes back to my point of the salary cap in the NFL. It's complete nonsense.
Not really.
Nonsense. You get space however you want.
That's
true. It's true.
No, because here, you understand that all of these guys redoing their contracts still have long-term deals and are getting paid all that money.
That's fine, but I'm telling you, like, the Dolphins have signed the best free agent, like, going. I'm saying, like, probably 4 years they've had a monster free agent. They've been able to restructure, reconvene, and make a big acquisition every single offseason, it feels like, for the last 5 years.
Sounds like the Heat.
Up until, like, except for, like, the tank year. Every year they were making a big pickup somewhere.
Right. Sounds like the Heat. The Heat mysteriously find money,
Yeah, but you can't restructure. But the thing is, in the NBA, like,
you can't
your
restructure.
Cap is your cap. You can't restructure. Right. Like, the Heat's move is they're always doing, like, sign-in trades. Like, that's
right.
kind of how that always plays out. Like,
everybody has a workaround.
But this salary cap, NFL, nonsense. But it does make me feel like big moves are coming. Like, if you're gonna fill, what is that? So that gets them to, like, almost 30 million already with the restructures. So feels like something's coming. They got something in the works. Old Chris Greer cooking, working in the lab.
I just like the fact that, and I'm a believer in this. You can say what you want about the players or what they do at coaching or whatever. But as far as money is concerned, you cannot say this Dolphins organization is not committed to the process of winning. And your decisions aren't always going to be, but I know a lot of cheap owners that wouldn't go this far. And so to have an owner in your hometown that doesn't care about money, that's willing to do whatever he has to do, restructure, give big checks to restructure just to get the team where he wants to, that's a great place to start if you're a fan of an organization.
We'll take a quick break. Be back with more after this.
AM 560.
All right, welcome back.
Want to
Tobin
golf
Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM.
Want a golf update?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. But first, I got to tell you about Rockville. Rockville! We've got your chance at the biggest weekend in metal music, Rockville. This is coming to Daytona Beach, May 18th through the 21st. And we're giving away 2 passes for the entire weekend, plus a camping pass. You could be there to see Tool, Slipknot, Par 4, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, Rob Zombie, and more. Enter on the Odyssey app. You log in and listen to WQM or go to WQM.com and listen. You'll get 1 entry for every hour that you listen to the app or website. The more you listen to WQM, the more chance you have to win tickets to Rockville at Daytona Beach. Just listen and pile up those chances. Tickets courtesy of Rockville.
The read is done by Tool.
Yes, give us a golf update here, Leroy, from the players. Our golf updates brought to you by the Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers around the country since 1968.
Cool thing about golf, you can always tell how good a first round really was. A lot of people have teed off, and the leader is still the leader. Chad Ramey at 8 under. Ben Griffin is 2 under, and he started his round through 11. He's at 7 under, along with Victor Hovland, Colin Morikawa. He was at 7 under. He tees off at 12:45, and Taylor Pendrith at 12:12. Cool story. Minwoo Lee, right? He he had a calf cramp, and he was at 6 under. He finished at 4 under. But he is the younger brother of Minjee Lee, and they are the first brother and sister to win the USGA Junior Championships. So that's a cool story. Other than that, Scotty Scheffler is at 4 under. Those are the stars. John Rahm, I think John Rahm is at 2 under. And your boy,
Gooch?
No.
Oh, yeah, Gooch is gone. I forgot.
No, Gooch is in it.
I thought Gooch was in Live.
No.
Oh, they didn't want the Gooch man?
No. But Rory shot 76. Let me see where Gooch is. I think he was at 2 or 3 under, but I can't find him. So, but there he is. He's at +1 now, but he was 2 under. He's +3 on today's round, making him 1 over. So he was in the mix. He's still, got a chance. But right now, Chan Ramey, with his 64 yesterday, is still leading through the early stages of round 2.
Adam Thielen, he has been released by the Minnesota Vikings.
That was, that was that's a cool story because he's from there. I think he went to school, if I'm not mistaken, at Mankato State, which is where we have camp. So it was a really cool story that he ended up, being that. But he, ever since who's the wide receiver from LSU, got there, he's been getting less and less, and they paying him a boatload of money. So we knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming.
Also, it looks
I'm surprised you haven't said he can come here.
Thielen?
Yeah. What about Odell Beckham?
See, here's the thing. Like, when I said yesterday the Braxton Berrios thing, not only because it's Goosey's, but like I feel like, that's not a guy who's gonna like overwhelm on needing roles or anything. With Odell Beckham, like that to me doesn't feel like it's gonna work because Odell Beckham is a star in personality and stature. I don't feel like that's gonna be. I don't feel like that fits in with what the Dolphins.
I got you.
I am responsible on some things.
No, you're not.
I am, dude.
No, you're not.
You
just wanted to sign a guy for Goosey's.
Well,
that's
also,
being responsible.
Also,
you're in the same sentence. In the same sentence, you said, "I want to sign Braxton Berrios for Goosey's, but Odell Beckham wouldn't work because he's too much of a star."
Make that make sense. Make that make sense to me, Tobin.
Well, because like I think first of all, Braxton Berrios would help with the special teams, which stunk last year. Terrible special teams for the Dolphins.
He
It
wasn't
didn't
that
have
good
nothing to do
last
with the
season with
return,
the Jets.
guys.
Yeah, they didn't have the dude. They were not good in anything last year. A lot of people were surprised that the coach got brought back, the special teams coach. So, yeah. I just figure little goosies. Maybe you know what? Maybe he knows that stadium a little bit better. Vlad been doing it for a long time. Knows
Stadium?
the eye. Yeah, dude. He knows
Stadium?
Hard Rock.
Oh my goodness.
Are
Are
he
you
here for old Hard Rock?
stadium?
Now,
he was-
now you try to
he was there
contemplate
for
was
New
he there
Hard
for the
Rock.
old or new
He was
Hard
there
Rock?
for because he was there for the ass kicking. Yeah, I remember. So, come on, man, little funskies. Darius Slay apparently has also gotten permission from the Eagles to go seek a deal with somebody else.
Wow.
Yep.
They're about to lose that whole secondary.
Listen, man.
Well,
That's
you
when
know, the problem is that they went to the Super Bowl and the Bills do.
Yeah, that's when the
that's
Bills
all
do.
that's
When you
all
go to the
that
Super
is.
Bowl.
You know, these are the decisions that have to be made in an organization. But a lot of teams, what a lot of teams do is they'll go sign those guys early, right? And try to get them to a medium but not huge contract, and then it buys you time. So from that standpoint, yeah, I can see a bunch of teams doing this. It's amazing. Kansas City never really has to do it. Although, who just signed? Was it Clark? Clark is a.
No, they let him go.
No,
They let him go. They let
Yeah,
Clark
let him
go.
go.
So they have to make some decisions too.
Yeah, like
It's weird
once-
because the up and comers don't make decisions because they in full. Let's go get it.
that's
Once you get there, then you start being fiscally sound.
yeah, exactly. Well, that is what happens though. Like once you get to the mountaintop, then you start figuring out like, all right, who was the most valuable thing here and how can we save money? But up until that point, it's willy-nilly, it's restructuring deals. You
Right.
know, they give
Absolutely.
all these $100 million contracts the Dolphins give out last year, and it's like restructure. Cut
Yeah,
the
but-
guy that we gave the monster deal to 3 years ago, and all right, we're good. We have cap space again.
Isn't
But
that every
in
team right
the
now?
end, you realize that the way the Dolphins are doing it is more money out of pocket now.
But they got
To
the money.
save
He's
money
got the money.
for the cap.
Yeah.
Right, but that's my point. That if you get an owner, and this happens here, I'll give you a perfect example who this happens to. This happens to the Marlins because they'll invest money in their organization, and if you don't get there right away, then they're like, we can't do this, and they just get rid of everybody and start over. Whereas you haven't had that here. Here they keep building and building. We can get one more piece.
But
and
it
we can
is,
do
but
this.
the one thing that is good about where the Dolphins are at right now, especially with having Tua, is that look, you think you have a capable quarterback.
Mhm.
Durability issues, I get it, but not having to pay that monster deal yet does allow you to work the areas and other parts of the team. It does.
Here's the other thing is that say what you want about Chris Greer. They have a ton of young talent. Now, you got to win now because guys like Javon Holland and Wilkins and Jalen Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Waddle.
giving money to a bunch of veterans, but those guys are going to be up soon.
Mhm.
So you got to get some winning in now.
It's definitely for the Dolphins right now. They're in an all-in year. It's like whatever they can do to, add the odds on for them, whatever other additions, because they took a big swing last year with Bradley Chubb. Like they go and they make a first-round pick for him. They give him a huge deal.
Mhm.
I don't know if you feel like, I don't think Dolphin fans feel like it really paid off, but
Why
that
not?
was an all-in. You probably got like one more year
Here.
of really being like huge all in on all your assets if you feel like this is going to be a roster that's good enough, which people seem to.
You know how bookends work, right?
Bookends, like on a bookshelf?
No, like the two rush ends.
Oh, I
Bookends.
thought you were saying like if you owned a
No,
library.
we're talking football, you idiot. All right.
Jesus. I didn't know if you were like a reader.
So
Point for
So
Leroy.
think of it this way. the second Bradley Chubb got on this team, Jalen Phillips went crazy because they were doubling Bradley Chubb. They were sliding the line to Bradley Chubb, okay, which is part of having a dominant defensive line. Each guy doesn't have 5 sacks. In fact, one guy will get off, they'll start doubling him, and now everybody else makes plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Bradley Chubb effect was. So to look at his numbers at the end of the year and say, he was underwhelming, the defensive line wasn't underwhelming. The defensive line was one of the strengths of this team. So you kind of have to look at it as a whole.
I agree with that. Yeah, when he got here, I think things definitely got better. But
Right.
that, you also got to put that on the back end of like Emmanuel Ogbah, who was supposed to really be him. You know, he had the injury all year. It really wasn't effective. It didn't do anything for him.
Well, and also, you have to realize this. Christian Wilkins had an unbelievable year.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even tell you, defensive tackles do not have 100 tackles. They don't. And what he did was unbelievable. So you're talking about Jalen Phillips. Ogbah didn't have as good a year, but Christian Wilkins had enough stats for 2 guys.
He was a monster.
Right? And then you brought in Bradley Chubb. So one of those guys got to make plays. And you put yourself in a position where on any given night, on any given game, in any given game, that one of these guys has the ability to cause chaos. And that's all you want from your front four. Now, if you take one of those guys away and that attention moves to somebody else, you probably won't be as successful. And that's how you got to look at that front four. Don't just look at it as how many sacks is everybody. Look at it as how many sacks does the team have?
We'll take a quick break. Miami Heat taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. 15 minutes of Heat coming up next.
The
560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock here. It's Dave and Buster's month. It's back just in time for Hoops Tournament Hysteria. We got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave and Buster's. Go to WQAM.com and enter on the contest page. If you win, you can go to Dave and Buster's with your gift card and have a party. All on us and Dave and Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave and Buster's in Hollywood. Great place. Probably a great night to go to Dave and Buster's with all the action you got tonight. You might need like 4 TVs with what's going on today. Canes, Heat, Panthers have a monster weekend. By the way, coming up in the 12 o'clock hour, the return. Sergei Bobrovsky on the show today.
I certainly hope you didn't.
Did you see this Leroy the other day, by the way?
What?
You have can you pot up Leroy, Vlad? Did you see this with Fred VanVleet the other day? Him going off on the officials?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it was
I
good.
think it was a long time coming.
Here was you have the sound of it, Vlad? We can just play the sound then. That's fine. And if you got Fred VanVleet, this was his rant after a Raptors Clippers game. He was not happy about getting teed up and basically was given the business. Really, really pissed. I mean, like Fred VanVleet, it's usually a guy. I don't feel like he gets a ton of text, but here it is.
I mean, I don't mind. I'll take a fine. I don't really care. I thought, Ben Taylor was terrible tonight. On most nights, a couple of out of the 3, there's 1 or 2 that just the game up, and it's been like that a couple games in a row. Denver was tough, obviously. You come out tonight, you're competing pretty hard. The third quarter, I get a tech, changes the whole dynamic of the game, changes the whole flow of the game. And, most of the refs are trying hard. I like a lot of the refs are trying hard. They're pretty fair. They communicate well. And then you got the other ones who just want to be and just kind of the game up. Nobody's coming to see that. They come to see the players. I think we're losing a little bit of the fabric of what the NBA is and was, and it's been disappointing this season. You could look up most of my texts this year have been with Ben Taylor officiating. So at a certain point as a player, you feel it's personal, and it's never a good place to be. That's not why we lost tonight. We got outplayed, but it definitely makes it tougher to overcome.
There you go, Fred VanVleet. $30K that cost him, by the way. He was fined yesterday.
He'll take it.
I mean, he said it right off the bat.
See,
I'm sorry, Fred. Here's the thing. Just one piece of criticism. You got to do it like Eric Spoelstra does it. You got to demand the NBA not fine you, and then you give them the business.
You can't name names.
Oh, dude.
You passed that, dude.
He's like,
when you do a SPO, you go in generalizations.
Listen,
right?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you botched it.
30 grand. That's what. Look, that's like 1 quarter worth of work.
VanVleet said, speaking for a lot of guys, obviously, I was frustrated, emotional, but there are a lot of people that feel that way. Hopefully, going forward, we see some change for the better, for the betterment of the game. I was a little emotional, a tough loss, things not going our way. I got caught up in the moment. You live, you learn, you move on. It came out authentic. It came out in real time. I wouldn't have done that if I felt like I had another option or outlet. I felt like I've exhausted all my options this season, many different occasions. This is just one of those things. I am human. You see me make mistakes, a little unprofessional for my standards, so it was unfortunate.
But
I didn't think it was unfortunate. I found it very fortunate. I loved it.
Here's the thing. He's not a guy that is out there like that, right? When you think of the guys that, he's always getting teed up. He always has a problem with officials. He's always jawing with the officials. He's not that guy. So the fact that this comes from a guy who isn't known as one of those people, I think it carries a little more weight. Because guess what? After the game, when they start asking questions about how the game went, they're going to direct them towards him.
Here are your league leaders right now in technical fouls, because I believe he has 8 so far this season. Fred VanVleet is 8, so that puts him at 17th in the league, and 3 of them come from this Ben Taylor.
From one guy. Right.
8th.
Think about that.
Luka, obviously number 1. He loves to yap.
He's about to get suspended, isn't he?
He might. Yeah, I don't know what the number is. He's got 16.
He's already been suspended then.
Dillon Brooks.
13.
Dillon Brooks, 16. Draymond Green, 15. Usual suspects. I got to be honest with you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's not a usual suspect. This carries a little different weight if it's Draymond. Because you get tech for doing stupid stuff on the court.
Do you see this Draymond beef that's going on between him and Dillon Brooks, by the way? The two
What-
top
I
drafters
see-
in
wait,
the league.
Wait. It's not him versus Dillon Brooks. It's the Golden State Warriors versus Dillon Brooks. Because every time somebody make a play on Dillon Brooks, they give him a little something. Even Steph. So, yeah. I mean, hey.
But the war of words is between him and Dillon
I
Brooks.
mean, Draymond did this. I mean, the man called him a clown.
Next time you speak up on me, you should do some fact checking. Next time you speak up on me, you should do some soul searching. Next time you speak up on me, I hope you're in a better situation than you in now, where the guys you play with actually enjoy playing with you because they actually think you're contributing to winning. Because it ain't happening right now, champ. You're not a champ. You're a clown.
Damn. Do you have Dillon Brooks, this response to Draymond? This is a hell of a war of words between the two of these guys that's going on right now.
Told me before the game you were going to talk a lot. We saw you talking to a lot of different people tonight. What was the message that you had to Draymond?
That's what I do. I talk, and I told him, I told him that keep that mic. He's better at the mic than hooping. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing this podcast, keep blogging, keep doing this thing off the court. It's cute, it's fun for him.
That was an impressive showing tonight.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. You should give the mic to Draymond. Make him talk about me.
What was that?
Make him keep talking about me so I can play better.
All right, guys.
Wow. Oh, this is spicy. I like it.
It's like, here's the problem. Golden State can't win on the road. And that's all great if you're in the comforts of your home. But once you leave the state, you are garbage. And so you ought to be careful with talking trash. Because you're getting drug up throughout the whole league.
Yeah, but like it's also a thing. Like it's the young kids who haven't done anything. Like the Warriors, that crew. I mean, like that's a that's a dynasty right there.
See,
between
here's
Draymond, Steph, and Clay.
Here's the difference between a fan with good access commenting on this and a player. A player always understands what you did 2-3 years ago ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing right now. And so you can say where you've been and you can say what you've done, but that ain't helping you out right now. And so younger kids come up and they playing basketball against the best. And they're like, what you got for me? Because you won the championship last year. So what?
I guess it was interesting though, like for not having respect of like what Draymond has done, he did have this comment. This was interesting about, because people keep thinking that like the Grizzlies need a veteran presence in their locker room, that they're a little bit too young. And this was a quote from Dillon Brooks. He said, the Grizzlies locker room doesn't need vets like Carmelo Anthony or Dwight Howard. He says, those guys are trying to get back in the league. They're not trying to hone in on a guy and be a vet, a real vet like Udonis Haslem. So he's telling you, he's like, look, we don't have any of those people who are going to actually care about us like UD does.
Right. But that's my point is that, so although the Golden State Warriors are very accomplished, I'm not taking nothing away from them. They won the championship last year.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't this year. And part of having a dynasty and part of when your team is considered great is the fact that you can do it over and over again with all that heat on you after you win. And just because you won last year, that don't mean everybody should just bow down to you the following year, because in fact, they looking at you as the team to beat.
Yeah, but I think the thing that's interesting about the Grizzlies is like they have gone with this arrogance of like they've already done it. We're not worried about anybody in the West, and it's like, all right, like I respect to the confidence, I guess, but like the Clippers used to do this back in the day too, and they would always get bounced in the second round.
But
so
look, and here's the other part of that. You keep talking, but if you ain't walking the walk, ain't nobody taking you serious. So no matter what Dillon Brooks say, if they get bounced in the first and second round or in not a threat to win the championship, nobody gonna care what you have to say. And that's just how it is. Now, if you can back that talk up and you can go out and at least compete. Like, when I look at teams and they get to, their conference final and they get to the NBA championship, I don't look at them as failures, even though people say you still haven't won a championship, because so many things have to go right during the course of the playoffs for you to get that chip, right? I don't care how good you are. Every time we've talked about teams winning the championship, we talk about those 3 or 4 moments during the playoffs where they were either able to overcome it or not. And so from that standpoint, if the Grizzlies compete and they're in the mix late in the season, then I'll give them their props. But right now, like you said, it's all talk. It's all talk.
It's all talk. And look, they have obviously a huge issue at hand with Ja. Like,
right.
we don't know when Ja's going to come back. It sounds like Ja's getting like some real help.
That kid Bane is awesome, though. He's been awesome in his absence.
They have a fantastic full roster. So,
right.
But
they're just young.
But nobody thinks they're going to win the championship without Ja Morant.
No. And here's the other thing. We sitting here talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. Ain't nobody giving Sacramento no credit, 0 credit.
Yep.
And so what do you say about them? There's
a
couple of.
I say, welcome to the Miami Heat's world, dude. Except, like, wah, boo-hoo. Go get your attention. Oh, we don't get attention. We don't get check. Yeah. You know what I call that? The last decade.
No, well, I mean, he get their love, man.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They don't?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Really? Because I remember, Perk has been at the forefront.
Oh, Perk. He's a show pony. Get out of here. As soon as his guy LeBron was in the finals, he was rats off a ship. It was all an act.
Oh, you were worried about them goons. Oh, LeBron.
Yeah, it was all an act. Take a break. Back after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Take you up until 2 o'clock. Want to let you guys know the Renaissance Festival is back. We have 4 packs of tickets for you to go visit with the lords and ladies, take part in axe throwing, archery, and of course the test of strength. You can enjoy Leroy's favorite, the turkey leg, and visit the legend of the Pickle Man.
Don't forget your mustard.
For your chance to win, go to WQAM.com and enter.
Is that bad? When we go somewhere and there's a turkey leg, I make sure I pack my mustard.
No, I've always respected that about you. That you bring supplies. You come right.
I don't want to deal with them little mustard packets.
I understand.
Oh,
I understand.
Man. That turkey leg is delicious.
Let's get to some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So the Hurricanes, they're taking on Duke tonight, 7 o'clock, semifinals of the ACC tournament. You guys want to listen to that? 104.3 The Shark. That is where you check that on out tonight.
Hey, Duke threw up 96 yesterday.
Duke's been on a roll ever since the Canes kicked their ass.
96.
Since the Canes kicked their ass, they've been rolling a little bit. So this should be a fun one. Should be a fun one today. This would make them 3-0 against them this year. So got to get it right, man. Big one. Heat, they're back on the hardwood tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 o'clock tip-off. Coverage on WQAM begins at 6:45 with preheat. I'll be boots on the ground tonight for a little NBA action. Heat need this one for sure. You're teetering in that play-in, dude. As fun as the play-in sounds like, it may sound like a sandbox. It's no fun. What was that sound? What are you doing?
Just,
boots on the ground.
I know you're boots on the ground, but I'm just getting ready for pictures of Floyd Mayweather and what other stars are at the game.
So you saying that Tobin's not a real reporter? He's more of a TMZ reporter?
I'm so jealous I wasn't there for Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather.
Is that what you're saying there, Leroy?
It's what he is saying, Vlad. It's ridiculous.
Okay,
right?
Then wait a minute. How come no pictures of basketball players?
What do you mean? Like during the game? Watching the game. I'm trying to give you what's not at the game.
Really? So wait. So none of the pictures that you have ever sent us was during the game.
I usually send you pictures during the game, or I send you pictures. Like, I'm not gonna send you video of the game. You're watching the game. What do you need that for? Seems a little redundant.
The same reason why I don't really need a picture of Gogi in the stands during the basketball game.
Why? That's huge news, though, if that were to happen. Like, it's not obviously he's on the Bucks and broke my heart, but if you, why wouldn't that be interesting to you that Goran Dragic is in the stands and he potentially was a free agent at the time? Like, I don't understand why that's not interesting to you.
I want Big Yurt to play and get 40. I know it ain't happening, but that would just
The only thing that's gonna get 40 minutes are his 2 ass cheeks.
Right next to the OG.
-1. How dare you say that after Dillon Brooks gives UD his flowers?
Wait, hold on.
For sass.
Here's the difference, though. Right? What I said was factual. That ain't denying UD of what he means to the franchise, the organization, and what he's done for the organization. But as of right now, him and Big Yurt got something in common. The
-1 for justification.
-1.
Nice try, though.
Wait, so you can throw these out willy-nilly. Meanwhile, you can carry on about Kevin Love.
You did let me carry on about Kevin Love. You made that very clear. And I said, listen, perhaps I was a little too hard on him.
You think?
Love reconsidered right now?
We'll see. Don't lose tonight.
Oh, okay. So if they lose tonight, he has a crap game. It's over? No coming back?
I mean, it's not no coming back, but don't lose. I mean, like, don't drop to 2 and 6 in the starting lineup.
Even though
perhaps I was too hard.
even though he's a plus.
Well,
Even
we'll
though
see.
he's a plus.
We'll see. I'll keep. If we're keeping count, we'll keep count.
The
today,
only
won't we?
guy that's a plus, you ripping. Does that make sense?
He's not the only guy who's a plus. Get out of here.
During that stretch?
Yeah.
Damn near.
Did you check, or are you just saying that?
I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
because
Okay.
they
So
lost
don't say
plus.
statistics that you don't know are true.
Rip. Wait a minute. I'm the only one that really uses statistics. You use You use guts and goose.
The next time you bring up per, it'll be referring to a cat.
Your sports takes are sitting around guts and goosies.
That's right. They are.
That ain't stats.
Goosies. I mean, they are stats.
No,
They
they're
are
not.
stats. But I will admit, I was probably a bit too harsh on them yesterday. And it wasn't even being harsh. I was just asking the question. You guys,
No, you weren't asking no damn.
I was asking the question. You guys were just sitting here like, how dare I even bring up a fact?
Now all of a
Unbelievable,
sudden
bro.
we played Jeopardy.
No, it's interesting. I just like, wow. You know,
gave your
I don't want to
answer
do
in
it
the
over
form-
again. I don't want to do yesterday's show all over again. It's just,
Okay. Yeah.
it's interesting.
So
But perhaps I was too hard.
So here's what we have.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It's hard
So
to say.
Kyle Lowry is probably out.
I mean, come on. I didn't even look. We'll
I
check.
think Vic needs to have a better game.
Yeah, he's out.
Vic needs to have a better game. He didn't play that well last
He
game.
needs a better game. Bam needs to have a better game.
Yeah. The problem,
needs
you know what? You know what's weird about, just this team in general all year is that usually you can rely or count on a couple of guys.
Mm-hmm.
If they have bad games or average games, then he can't win. And their margin for error is so small, and it all has to do with the 3-point shooting.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, like, the 3-point shooting has definitely just been an all-year issue. But, like, I hate to go at a game against Cleveland and they also shot bad from 3 and you didn't take care of the basketball. Like, that to me was the bigger issue.
That too. When I see a Heat loss, the first thing I look at is turnovers. The next thing I look at is 3 points, 3-pointers. Not even just 3-pointers made. What's the disparity in that? Because they're playing in a lot of these games and they're giving up 21, 24 points from the 3-point line. And the fact that they're even in these games is amazing.
Stolen McRib says, Tobin walking back in anticipation of a great love game.
Yeah.
This Stolen McRib doesn't know what I'd do. Look, if he had a great game, I would just say, TTL, worked. You're welcome. I don't need to walk anything back. I just, I did reflection, watched some game film. I was like, maybe I was too hard on him.
You know what this is, folks? I'm going to give you this is an example of real life contract negotiations, or what they're doing with Bradley Chubb, redoing his contract.
Restructuring?
Restructuring.
You think I'm restructuring cakes?
What?
That's ridiculous.
Restructure, because you just said perhaps I was too hard on Kevin Love, but if he has a game, if he has a big game, then you said that's just Tobin TTL. That's restructuring. That's restructuring your hot takes. That's what you are.
So you're
telling you, Chris Greer.
You're alleging. I just want to be clear.
You are radio Chris Greer.
You're alleging that I'm trying to take cap space?
Yes. Yes.
Not fair. I don't like this.
Yes. Then what is you just rolling a theory that if Kevin Love has a big game, after saying I was too hard on him, then you'll say that was just TTL. That's restructuring. Restructured of the hot take. You restructured the hot take.
Oh, you got him, Leroy. Look at him right now. He's got a smile. He has no counter. Tobin's ready. Usually has a quick counter. He has nothing right now.
I never thought about it like that.
Got him. Yes.
Got him.
This date.
Got him.
Mark this date in the history of Tobin and Leroy.
Hold on. I mean, like,
no.
First you need Kevin Love to have a good game. Then you get to have me hooked on the line.
He got you.
Because because let me tell you something. If he stinks up the joint tonight, Monday.
I gotta tell you,
Well, wait.
I gotta
He sticks
tell
up
you.
the joint tonight, but has a great game tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, how about this?
Hmm?
This is some of my best work right here.
You're very proud of yourself.
Yes, I am. I am.
Good for you.
I
Can you
am.
one other thing you're proud of is golf. Can you give us another update from the players?
I got you.
Golf update brought to you by the Watts Golf Shop, some of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, helping golfers around the country since 1968.
Oh, Victor Hovland is now tied for the lead along with Ben Griffin. They're both at 8 under. Chad Ramey is at 8 under, but he hasn't even teed off yet. Colin Morikawa is at 7 under. He hasn't teed off yet. Taylor Pendrith is at 5 under. He hasn't teed off yet. Bunch of guys at 4 under. The scoring is decent, not great, but decent. You got a couple of guys that are at 3, 4 under. Victor Hovland is at 5 under. He's got the round of the day. And there's some other guys. One of the reasons why I keep talking about Minwoo Lee is because I think he is Asian. I don't want to screw this up, but he's Australian. So when you see an interview, he has an Australian accent, and it throws me off.
All kinds of people in Australia, dude.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Letting you know.
It throws you off when you see before they start talking and you see him and then you hear him talk. That's
Been handed an urgent and important message from the World Baseball Classic. Just for everybody who's going down there, and I for tomorrow. I think tomorrow is Dominican versus Venezuela, which is kind of cool. Staying Sandman. The World Baseball Classic is here, and heavy traffic is expected. Fans are strongly encouraged to use alternative methods to get to the games. A WBC transportation hub has been established at the Government Center in downtown Miami to make travel to and from the games easier. For more information on this, go to marlins.com/WBC transportation. That's marlins.com/WBC transportation.
I have another alternative. If you want to be close to the stadium and you don't want to have to take a shuttle, there's always no blocky.
True. Well, those are a bargain. But you are right. Getting out of a packed garage. Look, it's going to be great that ballpark is going to be packed. I mean, that's going to be a cool thing to see. It's a great environment for this stuff.
The food out there is going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, there is nothing that is more exciting about international sports in any sport. Like I just look at, even you could take something like the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup when, the U.S. is against other countries, or you take the World Cup when the World Cup's going to be in the U.S. and in Canada and Mexico. Is it Mexico? Is it going to be in Mexico too, or just Canada and
all three?
All three, right. That's going to be a madhouse. When you think about the Olympics, any international competition is fun to watch, even if you're not a fan of just the environment is unbelievable. So I imagine this is going to be just awesome.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Mike Pouncey, yesterday officially retiring as a Miami Dolphin, had some thoughts on this year's team. We'll hear from the former Dolphins center, who is now officially retired. Back after this.
The Kane
560 WQAM. Stay tuned for Cat Talk next hour, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius part of your plan. Get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. In about an hour's time, we will talk to Panthers goalie Sergei Bobrovsky as the Cats have a huge back-to-back against the Blackhawks tonight and Winnipeg tomorrow. It's do or die time for the Cats, Leroy. They got to get this playoff push going, dude. Only 17 games left. Let's go.
I would say that about a couple of local teams.
Yeah.
Heat
too.
Heat too. You can say it.
Let's get it going. All right. Don't disappoint us, everybody. We've let enough go already. So, huge night tonight. Heat, Panthers, Canes, all in action. 7 o'clock, Hurricanes take on Duke. That is on Rock Out with Your Shark Out, 104.3 The Shark. And the Heat, they are on QAM tonight, 6:45 pre-Heat, 8 o'clock tip-off from Miami-Dade Arena. And the Panthers take on the Blackhawks at 7. That is on 96.5 HD2. So there you go. That is your look at everything going on tonight. Leroy, did you see Mike Pouncey yesterday? He officially retired as a Miami Dolphin.
Yeah, he's thin. I saw him at the gym. I saw him at the gym.
Mike Pouncey's at your gym?
Yeah. He was at he was at the gym a couple of weeks ago. LA Fitness.
Was he is he an elliptical guy? What was he doing?
He was just doing regular
some stalking
workout.
reports on Mike Pouncey.
Doing a regular workout.
What does that mean?
Just like whatever he does, weights. He wasn't like
What was he doing? Looks like a Pilates guy to me.
Dude, I'm in there to do what I gotta do.
Right, you're the one who brought up Mike Pouncey. I don't understand.
I just said I saw him at the gym. I wasn't all up in his business taking pictures like you do a goalie at a basketball
I didn't know if
game.
you saw him on the treadmill or the bench, or I was just curious.
I said he was just lifting weights. I said
no, you didn't say that. You said he was doing his regular
doing?
workout. Was he doing? Was it chest day, shoulders?
I don't see, dude.
Well, this is Mike Pouncey on losing all that damn weight. He's lost 70 pounds. He's down to 228 since his 300 playing days. Here is Mike Pouncey.
Man, I feel awesome. You know what it was, man, me and my brother, we retired at the same time. And a lot of times whenever, you get so used to being in a routine, we just challenge ourselves. It's like, all right, let's drop this weight and see how fast we can do it. And I've had him by my side throughout my career and even post-career. And, he makes it easy. But the process for us was just stop eating like linemen. And we stopped eating all the carbs. We stopped eating 6-7 times a day. And we just, And honestly, everyone's like, they ask us all the time, like, how do you guys eat? I say, like, rabbits. He say, well, what do you mean? I say, what's the difference? I say, well, back when we was playing, we ate like pigs. So, that's the only difference I can explain.
How much you lost?
We lost 70 pounds. So now I weigh about 228 pounds. I was playing, I was 303 pounds around that weight. But a lot of weight in a year.
Man, that seems really unhealthy.
What?
The 6 or 7 times, just the way they keep the alignment fat.
Yeah, but you have to understand that it happens to everybody. When you play football, man, you probably eating 7,500 calories a day.
Man.
And for some guys, that is just to maintain your weight.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, what do you do in the off season? Like, do you eat less? More? Like they have.
Well,
like, are they
keep in
still
mind,
checking? Are they doing a reverse Miami Heat where they're like calling up Mike Pouncey during the offseason and be like, "You still eating?" Because we want
no. Because keep in mind, the other thing you have to understand is that when you're younger, your metabolism can burn all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just put whatever you want in your body. I remember in camp when I was in Minnesota, we would have to go to, there was a Hardee's. And before bed, we go to Hardee's. And you keep your same weight that you had getting up the next day. If you didn't go eat at Hardee's, you would lose 4 or 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And so you have to understand when you're going through 2 a days, it's 100 degrees. You have to do everything you can to maintain your weight, and salads and chicken breast just ain't going to do it. So the hard thing, it's not during the off season, because you still keep in mind, you're still working out, you out in the sun. I was a golfer, so we would golf 36 holes a day, so you out there sweating for 8 hours. It's when you get done with football. Because, you see on all those little things that the daily amount of calories for an average adult is 2,000 calories.
I'm just wondering,
how
though,
do you go from 7,500 calories to 2,000?
I'm just wondering. This moment says Tobin looks like he sweats Hardee's. I've never had Hardee's, actually.
Hardee's is delicious.
It
dude.
looks delicious. The
But
commercials
here's
look
the deal.
amazing.
You only really find Hardee's if you're on a road trip. Right?
Yeah,
Because
I know what
they're
you're
in
saying.
smaller towns,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So when you're on a road trip, you run into a lot of Hardee's. We don't have, we see these Carl's Jr.'s. Anybody ever seen the Carl's Jr. in Florida?
No.
Right.
Nah,
see these commercials
that's in the
all
West
the time.
Coast. That's west.
But
of
we
the-
see these commercials all the time. I'm like, damn.
Never had a Hardee's, but no, I'm just wondering, as when he is playing, if Mike Pouncey gets down to a 295, they fatten him up. What's going on there?
he does it. He does it himself. He
That's
knows
wild.
if he knows his playing weight is 300, he's gonna try to do whatever he can to stay around 300, either with, protein shakes or whatever. You just got to do it. You got to try not to eat too crazy, because you do need that intake for energy. Man, I know a bunch of guys that, you look at Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas is thin as a rail.
Joe Thomas, Jeff Saturday got thin.
Jeff Saturday,
A lot of linemen, look, it just looks, that's what I'm marveling at. I'm not marveling. I get why they're losing the weight. I'm talking about keeping on that kind of weight, because it seems nearly impossible with how much you guys are working out.
No,
how you would be able to do it.
You have to understand. Look, one of the biggest altercations I ever got with one of my offensive linemen was this. So we play cards when we get to the destination of a road trip. We play cards. There'd be a bunch of offensive linemen, me,
I
some
remember
other
this
guys,
story.
right?
Yeah.
And we'd order food. So I'd get, let me get just a little steak. I don't like potatoes and vegetables. I get that, right? All the offensive linemen would order a pizza and a meal. So they'd get a steak,
little side pizza.
Wait, surf and turf and whatever, and then a pizza for an appetizer.
Of course.
This was every Saturday. And then we'd have night snack where they'd have food for us, chicken and hamburgers and stuff like that after the night meeting. So I remember one time the pizzas came in, and you talking about room service. These bills, every room service, depending on who room you was in, $500-$600 for room service for 6 people. We get in there, and I remember one time I opened up a pizza, and I'm like, ooh, meat lovers. I grabbed a piece. And I never seen an offensive lineman so mad. And guess why he was mad? He said, now I got to order another pizza because I can't fold it in half because all of the stuff is going to come out of the open part that you ate. You buy me another pizza. I'm like, all right, man. So one slice of pizza cost me $26. And nobody,
you didn't get the rest of the pizza? Why can't
I
you just have
didn't
the whole
want it.
pizza and you get the rest?
I didn't want it. Right? And none of the other linemen would eat it because they couldn't fold it in half. So it just sat there with a dude with a missing tooth. Just sit there, everybody staring at it, shaking their head, looking at me like, you took the man pizza. Now he can't fold it in half. I'm like,
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here?
All the other linemen are looking at you like, you jerk. How could you not do? How could you do that to him?
Exactly.
But that is an insane thing.
Yes. You just imagine you eating with your offensive linemen, and there's 7 of them, and y'all go somewhere to eat, and you got to order 7 pizzas. And then they go, yo, Lee, what you want? I'm like, I can't get a pizza. No. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to see the amount of food that is consumed by an athlete that burns that many calories.
But he and also has to keep himself kind of fat.
Well, and that's where the weightlifting and the training comes in because you can build muscle and feed that muscle with all that food and not necessarily be fat. Now, there are some guys that their body won't allow them to be body by Jake.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look soft. Like if you ever saw Reggie White, he wasn't like a muscular dude, but he was strong as any defensive lineman I have ever seen.
Here was Mike Pouncey on this year's Dolphins team. He liked Mike McDaniel. Thought he brought a lot of excitement.
Facility's been awesome, man. I mean, just to see it here, to see the old facilities that we have behind Nova over there in Davie, man, they could put 6 of those inside of here. And, it just goes a testament of what, Mr. Ross wants to see this organization win, and he wants it to be seen as one of the top, teams in the NFL, and he's done a really, really good job. What I will say is that Coach McDaniel's brought back excitement to the Dolphins. I mean, I was tailgating in the parking lot. I was doing it all. I was a real fan, and so we're excited for this year because we're going to be around a lot more, but excited for the direction of the football team.
Tailgating with the Pounceys does seem like a delight.
There's only one other guy that I would 100% tailgate with that is going to be on that level. And that is one Brett Romberg.
That's right. Something about linemen, dude.
Hey, like it's something about that. I remember one of the offensive linemen went to a concert, right? And one lineman said, "I get to get you later on tonight," and nobody knew what that meant. After a couple of drinks, what getting back was he got to run at the concert and tackle the other lineman. And I'm like, they do this for fun.
Yeah.
I remember Jumbo Elliott. He got mad at me and threatened to kick my ass if I didn't let him carry me down the street. So I basically jumped on his shoulders like a backpack because he was gonna beat me up if I didn't let him do it.
Wants to be his little koala.
I mean, Steve Everett, that's my guy. He wants him and his roommate Schaefer slammed the door in his hand accidentally and broke a couple of his fingers, and it was his right hand, and we were in the middle of camp, and Bo was mad, and Steve stood up, cussed, and said, "I'll snap with the other hand." And guess what?
Wow.
No fumbles, no missed snaps, and he literally went the rest of camp with a cast on his right hand, snapping with his left. So those guys are a different breed, and I would say to any football player that's out there that's playing offensive football or defensive football, you need to be friends with one of the big uglies. If you want to be safe during the game, you make sure you are friends with one of the big uglies.
Well, make sure next time you're at the gym and you see what Pouncey's doing, take note of what he's doing. I want to know what he's up to. I just want to know.
See?
Boots on the ground.
No, I'm not boots on the ground.
Back after this. Tickle Leroys Fancy. See what we got for this weekend coming on up. We have a busy one tonight. Holy hell. Let's get to it, Leroy. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, man. Coming up 7 o'clock tonight, the Miami Hurricanes take on Duke in the semifinals of the ACC tournament.
Yes, you know how I feel about the Canes. Love watching them play, the energy, the excitement. Coach L, they're a fun watch. More people should get into it, especially now that they're playing Duke and they're getting ready for this run in the NCAA tournament.
My fancy is tickled.
Also coming up tonight, the Florida Panthers take on the Chicago Blackhawks tonight at 7 o'clock. Tickle your fancy?
It does for this reason. And I'm more than sure y'all want to hear this. Ever since Brendan Tobin left Bobrovsky alone.
That's not fair.
Right?
That's not fair.
Hold on. Let me finish. Ever since you left him alone, he's been balling. The second you stop talking to him, now you brought a little bit of silly sauce back to Bobrovsky. So I am very intrigued, and my fancy is tickled to see what happens tonight, to see if you're the mush.
My fancy is
This
tickled.
is not fair. This is not fair.
I'm gonna say this today. Leroy is giving you
This
beat
is
down
not
today.
fair.
Like this is clear 3-0.
Why are you
Leroy.
putting those vibes in the universe?
I'm not
dude?
putting those vibes in. You put those vibes. You put those vibes when you
Watch.
went talk to him.
How
Now,
about this? How about this, Leroy? He stops talking to Kevin Love. Kevin Love starts playing well. How about that?
I haven't even talked to Kevin Love yet.
But okay, you'll see.
so
first.
my fancy is tickled. Of course, I want the Panthers to win because they're in the race and they're trying to get back to, anything that looked like where they were last year, right? So they need to go on a run. They haven't gone on a run, neither of the Heat, and so I want to see this happen.
Coming up at 8 o'clock tonight, the Heat on the hardwood against the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 o'clock tip-off from the Heat's house. Tickle your fancy?
Yes, same boat. I want to see them.
My fancy is tickled.
I want them to string some good basketball together. Maybe just 1 week. Give me 1 week of good basketball. And that 1 week where you're reasonable at the three-point shot and you're not turning the basketball over 22 times.
Coming up tomorrow at 5 a.m. from the Tokyo Dome, the Czech Republic takes on Japan in the World Baseball Classic.
Fancy not tickled.
All right.
First of all, if you're going to excite me about the world baseball championship, you need to have the Latin countries.
I was going to get there.
Okay.
I just was very.
They're here, Leroy. They're down here.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the excitement surrounding Latin baseball is unbelievable.
Yep.
$9 tickets, folks. $9 tickets.
That's what you got going on. Lone Depot Park tomorrow at noon. Nicaragua is taking on Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And then coming up at 7 o'clock, if this tickles your fancy, Leroy, the Dominican Republic takes on Venezuela at 7.
You know why I want to see that. The Sandman.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. My fancy is tickled only by seeing the Sandman.
My fancy is tickled.
Coming up at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Leroy, UFC Fight Night. Merab Dvalishvili is taking on Petr Yan.
This is amazing. You sometimes screw up in joy, but all of these names in MMA, you've never screwed up.
What? Merab Dvalishvili?
I was about to say the same thing. It's unbelievable how,
dude,
we probably can't spell.
It's a lot of consonants.
But but you asked me this. I can spell Giannis's last name with no problem. I can spell Krzyzewski's last name, no problem. I can spell any of these hockey players' names, no problem. Say like the word "dare."
Yeah,
spell it right. I can't say it at all.
Here
messes with you.
Yeah,
So does that tickle your fan? They hate each other, Leroy. Two top 135ers. I know you don't like the little guys.
I'm a pass on that. It doesn't tickle my fancy. Because I stayed up till damn near 1 o'clock in the morning last week, chasing that John Jones crack. You know what I'm saying? Because John Jones is like crack. If he say he fighting, he immediately all of the MMA and the fight world is gonna be glued to the TV. You know what numbers did they do?
What was the pay-per-view numbers? I don't know. I'll look.
It was a quick hit though.
I will try and see if I could find that information.
You think it did over 1 million, or is that no? What's
no? But I think I bet you probably did. I bet you probably did like close to it. Probably like if I had to guess, like anywhere from 500 to 700.
What was the now? I'm not familiar with this, but what was one of the bigger? Is Conor McGregor a $1 million guy?
Yeah.
Really? And John Jones isn't?
John Jones has never been. He's been a decent draw. He's never been like one of their all-time draws. But
even though he's one of their all-time fighters.
Yeah, it did feel very much like this past fight. He got a lot of publicity. He got a very warm reception. So I think it probably did really good numbers. I just don't know if I don't think enough people know Surreal Gone. Now, if it was Francis, that's gonna do over 1 million easy.
Really? Okay.
It nearly did 1 million.
Nearly 1 million. Do you know what they're claiming it did? They're just saying it did around 1 million.
I don't want to mess up the guy's name. Ali
Abdelaziz.
He's claiming that the event attracted almost 1 million pay-per-view buys.
I would find that surprising, but good for John. Like he really was treated like it did get treated like a very big deal that he was back.
Yeah, he tweeted that
should have. Now, but Francis, he's not even in UFC right now.
Nope.
And we already talk about that fight.
He's just he's not fighting him next. He's fighting Stipe next.
Right.
Francis doesn't have a fight right now.
And Dana White said he's never coming back to the
Dana
UFC.
White, he swears he's banning him. He's never coming back. That's what
he wouldn't sign a contract?
Because he wouldn't sign. Yeah, he wouldn't. He said he negotiated with him for a year. I'm done with it. He said he's done.
I mean, that's crazy. Like it's like you either take what we giving you or you out.
Well, you now have gotten to the conundrum that many UFC fighters deal with. It doesn't feel like there's much of a market, and a lot of them feel like they are underpriced, especially compared to boxing. The main event guys in boxing.
Right.
All right, coming up, Leroy, big game Saturday. It's week 4 of the XFL. The Houston Roughnecks, undefeated, take on the Orlando Guardians, who have yet to win. Take your fancy?
We can't watch here. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
We cannot complain about some of the players that we think are trash in the NFL, and then all of a sudden have an interest in them playing in a different league. No, I'm not interested.
What about the San Antonio Brahmas against the Seattle Sea Dragons?
Is that like the Brahma Bulls?
Yeah, it's I believe it's a little nod to the XFL owner, The Rock.
No.
Oh, all right. This one is going to get you, though. All right. I don't even know. Where the hell are the Renegades from? Do you know, Vlad? Do you have any idea what who the hell are the Renegades? Oh, the Arlington Renegades against the St. Louis Battlehawks.
I think they're from Texas.
Well, yeah, Arlington. We already figured it out, Mr.
They could have been from Virginia, so don't be slick.
No, not interested. What team? Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What team does Derek King play for?
The DC Defenders, undefeated this year, Leroy, and they host the Vegas Vipers.
What team does Derek King play for?
The DC Defenders.
I've always.
Well, you might. All right.
Yeah.
That's
I might give a little gander if
My fancy is tickled.
Because you know what I'm gonna be watching all weekend.
Players.
Yeah, it's the biggest money tournament of the year. They're playing for the winner gets, I want to say, $4.6 million.
Yeesh.
$25 million purse. Come on.
We will get to your update there coming on up. some of the QB shuffle that's going on around the NFL. We'll get to hour 3 of the program coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Dave & Buster's month is back just in time for Hoops Tournament Hysteria. And we've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's. Just go to WQM.com, enter on the contest page, and if you win, Dave & Buster's with your gift card and have a party all on us. Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Miami Dolphins clearing a lot of cap space. We'll get to that in just a second in your headlines. But first, Leroy will give us an update from the players, as it is brought to us by our friends at the Evan Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, helping golfers around the country since 1968.
A lot of contenders have fallen off. Victor Hovland, 5 under now. Ben Griffin's still going on. He's hanging on. He's at 8 under. Chad Ramey, Colin Morikawa hasn't teed off. Jason Day in the mix. He always plays here really well. He's at 5 under. And a lot of the 4 unders haven't teed off yet. So you're looking at the course playing a little bit tougher because the low score is still the low score of the tournament. And a lot of the guys who are on the leaderboard haven't even teed off yet, which means there haven't been too many people to come up and creep up to and catch them. Here's an interesting name for you. Get out your little pinky. Wyndham Clark is at 4 under.
Wyndham. Is he a Wyndham Resorts heir?
That would be his last name, wouldn't it be?
I don't know how the Wyndhams do things.
He's American, though.
You know, is the Wyndham Resorts, is that not American?
Yeah.
Wyndham.
Yeah, but Paris Hilton's last name is Hilton, and she's a heiress. Yeah, so.
Did you call her a heiress?
Heiress.
Harris.
I think you called her a heiress, dude.
I said heiress. I said heiress. Wait, now we nitpicking. Dude.
You said heiress.
Whoa, dude.
I said heiress. I did.
-1.
I did. Wait. Let's not act like the English language don't be kicking your ass.
Listen, don't deflect your mispronunciations on me, dude.
Oh no, listen. I am winning today, baby. I am winning. Listen, you've had 2 standing 8 counts.
That's not true.
And somebody in your corner is getting ready to throw in the towel.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I have admitted that perhaps I was too hard on Kevin Love today. You know, or I was too hard on Kevin Love yesterday. I take it back. You know, perhaps I was too hard.
Okay.
You know, unless he stinks up the joint. You know that.
Oh.
But
you always have your.
I don't like.
Plan.
I don't like how we're gonna play the Sergei Bobrovsky coming up, and I don't like how you're already putting into the ether that I'm a jinx. I don't like that.
I didn't say that.
Nah, you did. You did.
I
don't
stated.
appreciate
Wait,
that.
I stated facts, and here's what the facts are. Ever since you left that man alone, he been balling.
That's not true.
Really?
He had a good year last year.
When was the last time you talked to him?
I think I talked to him before the playoffs last year. But he was good in the playoffs. It wasn't his fault. He was arguably their best player.
Yep. Agreed.
Poor Linda Cohn.
What happened?
She tweeted out speculation on the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are all mad at her. She she's just minding her own business. She's just wondering things on Twitter. I don't blame Linda Cohn. She's a treasure. Loves hockey, by the way.
Yep.
Used to play hockey. Linda Cohn, a Sports Center OG. Leave sweet Linda Cohn alone, right? She goes, the Miami Dolphins just cleared $40 million in cap space. Could it be for a QB everyone thinks is going to another AFC East team? She didn't put the part. I added that. But she's just wondering out loud. And now the Dolphin fans are going to be mad at her. You know,
I tell you what. I think if the Dolphins tried to get Aaron Rodgers, I'd be disappointed. For this reason.
You hate
Your team is too young to play this game, this year-by-year quarterback thing. You just are. You're too young. And I think
in some spots they're not. I mean, like they got some young guy, but they're not. It's like not like they're rookies anymore. You know, like their young guys are all in their 3rd year. You know, things like that.
Right, that's a young team, dude. I would be willing to bet that the Jets and the Dolphins have two of the younger teams in the NFL.
So why is it okay? I mean, like, look, I don't want Aaron Rodgers on the Dolphins.
Why is it okay for the
why
Jets?
is it okay for the Jets and not for the Dolphins?
Because
I
they
think
don't have
people would
Tua.
ask. That's a
Because
fair
they don't have
point.
Tua.
It's a fair point. I think it is a big difference. But
See,
Linda's
if you bring
wondering,
in Aaron Rodgers, you're saying that Tua wasn't good, and that's not true. That is not accurate at all. Now, you can say that in New York, but you can't say that down here.
Aaron Rodgers to the Dolphins would genuinely stun me. Like if you told me, I don't think they're getting anybody. I think they're sticking with Tua. Like I think all of this stuff is nonsense.
Why
I think
we acting like Tua's a consolation prize?
I know. I'm happy that Tua's going to be the Dolphins quarterback. I am, but I think that out of all the speculation, which I think with the Dolphins is just like way over the top and has been,
Dude, every time here's why we go at it. Every time a star is available, you get excited.
Not for quarterbacks though.
When Deshaun Watson was available.
Well, hold on. First of all, I want to say on the Deshaun Watson thing. Old Toes was saying before they even drafted Tua, I would have given up 4 first. This is before we knew he was a creep. That Deshaun Watson, I would have given up 4 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson, and you said I was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was before they even had Tua.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wanted Deshaun Watson. Lamar Jackson, like at least if the Dolphins were going to move on from Tua, I'll sit down and have some coffee with you to discuss the Lamar Jackson thing. The old guys does nothing for me. I don't want to have the old guys, Derek Carr even. I was like, get the hell out of here with Derek Carr.
In order for this whole plan of moving away from Tua takes place, the quarterback that you would bring in would have to have some of the skill set of Tua, because that's when this offense was at its best. And quick release and accurate is not two definitions of Lamar Jackson. He does things differently. And I'm not saying he can't be successful, but what I am saying is that you almost have to change everything that you do to accommodate your quarterback. And side note, he's played fewer games than Tua has in the last 2 years.
Cool. But anyway, getting back to Linda's tweet, like if we were to talk about all this stuff, which we have definitely over talked about with the Dolphins and their quarterbacks, I think Aaron Rodgers ending up on the Dolphins and being their starting quarterback would be the most stunning to me out of anything. I would be less stunned that Tom Brady would be getting the Dolphins because that stupid story has been there. Even Zolak yesterday was like, oh, I think it's in play. And I'm like, Zolak, enough for you, dude. Enough. Aren't you tired of Zolak?
I mean, I didn't even know what he did until you keep bringing him up.
Oh, he's just out here stoking the fires, dude, just doing his Zolak thing. And you know what? Quite frankly, Zolak, I don't want to hear it. Really, I don't want to hear it. And also, I don't want to hear it.
You know what I call this? These are all the conversations that are had when no football is being played.
I know. I'm dying.
You ain't got nothing else to do. All you got to do is talk about trades, talk about franchise, talk about draft picks. That's all you can talk about. But you can't talk about actual football.
No, but it's
as soon as these guys start playing football, then our attitude changes towards all of the players in the league.
I just think that it's one of these things where, like, I think the Dolphins are probably going to spend some money coming up with this, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be for the sexy thing. They did their sexy moves last year. Sexy move. You traded for Tyreek Hill. There was your Orca, and then you got Teron Armstead.
Don't you need a cornerback now?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be like, I don't think they're going to go out and get Darius Slay. I think they'll probably, I mean, there was some of that rumors around Jalen Ramsey, which obviously would be cool, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It feels like more like this is take care of your guys, fill in some nice moves, but I don't know if there's going to be a home run in
make
here.
an assumption to be the starting cornerback. Noah Igmanati.
No, he's not going to start. Come on. Did win a game, though.
Yeah.
He did win a game.
Yep.
Never be able to take that. I hope that's up on his fireplace somewhere, that game ball. Assuming he has a fireplace, you know, maybe he's just got like a mantle with one of those fake fireplaces. Who knows?
What's the point of a fake fireplace?
I think for looks. Sometimes I'll throw on my TV on the Amazon Prime, just a little fireplace, just to help me sleep. I like the crackle.
You sleep with the TV on?
I sleep with the TV fireplace on.
You don't sleep with the TV on?
I can't. I won't be able to fall asleep.
I'm
I
big on
can't.
the-
I
I'm big
can't
on the-
fall asleep with the TV on, and if there's any lights outside, like if I leave a pool light on, like I just keep seeing it. I have to go turn it off.
I find it quite lovely. Like I like background music or background sound, I should say. Like I like, and if you go to Amazon Prime, you can just put like for sleep, and it's got like all kinds of things. You know what's a good one that I like? Box fan. Oh, I love a box fan.
Oh, just a
yeah, dude. But not
you
as
don't
much
know
as
nothing about box fans.
What?
I know a
Outta
lot
here.
about box fans because we ain't have no AC.
box fans. Big thing in the barn, dude.
Oh, the barn. See, I needed that box fan for a house inside.
All right. Well, you don't say I don't know what about it though. I still had it. I know
Yep.
what a box fan is. I'm aware. Also,
The
when it
loudest thing in
sways,
the world.
you ever have a swayer?
Man, we couldn't afford that. What you talking about? We used to take that fan and plug it into the window like an air condition and have it just blow all that air in.
Did you ever talk into the fan like a robot?
No, like
Of course.
wait,
Of
what is
course.
this? Well, like Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father.
Always got to be careful with the blades.
That was the first auto tune.
Absolutely. You got to be careful.
Everybody could do auto tune.
You got to be careful with that though.
Why? You're not putting
Anyway.
your lips, dude. It has
Sometimes I
a gate
do.
around it.
Nah, I've gotten clipped.
Wait a minute. Your
Get
fan
together.
didn't have the little cage around it, so you couldn't touch the blade?
Oh, I knew how to take that thing off, dude.
What were you taking it off for?
I don't know.
See,
'Cause I was a kid.
no, you weren't just a kid. You were a redneck kid. Redneck kids try to find ways to the blade.
I feel like a lot of kids try and find their ways into mischief. I don't think this has to do anything with being a hillbilly or anything like that.
Different types of mischief.
Fair.
Different types of mischief.
Yeah, he's right. Because you're the type to, put your tongue on a frozen fence when it's winter.
He's done it. Look, I can see it in his.
Yeah, you know he has. You know he has. We're not doing that.
Right.
We not.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
But yes. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers genuinely would shock me with the Dolphins. He's gonna go to the Jets. You feel he's coming to the Jets, right, Vlad? It's in the bag.
Bro, he better. He better. Because right now, like I said earlier, I feel like Mikey and Swingers right now. Like, I'm just waiting for him to make the call.
He is a
He better
weirdo.
be
You
money
can't
back.
trust him.
Vlad,
Yeah.
what do you do with your current quarterback?
What do you mean, my current quarterback?
Which one?
Which one?
The young
Broke ribs or the MILF lover?
MILF lover.
MILF Lover's gonna love it. He's
MILF
just
lover's
be
gonna
on-
stay.
Yeah, he's gonna be the backup.
Yeah, he'll be the backup and learn from his
People
boyhood
fail-
idol.
Here's the funny thing about quarterbacks. We've got so consumed with the guy coming in and having to play right away.
Mhm.
We forget that some of our best quarterbacks sat. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years.
Yeah, but this is a different time though.
It is a
Leroy.
different time because like you want
You got to give that
wanna
big
get-
money.
Yeah, you want to get it all in. Like
You're trying to win within those first 5 years of
Yep.
their rookie contract so that you can pay them the money and then
So then why keep him?
because here's the thing. It's like that. It's like the relationship. You just want to prove to your parents that no, he was right for me or she was right for me. That's the thing with the Jets right now.
I feel like with the Jets fan, it would be freaked out too. You see the year that Geno Smith had, because now you're like, well, I don't want him to be on the Seahawks in 10 years and he'd be good.
If I gotta wait 10 years for Zach to get to get better, I could do that. No, that's the reason why. That's
Are
the
you-
number one.
now,
That was
let
their
me
number
ask
2 pick. That's the big pick with Joe Douglas and Saleh. So that's why, even though he was playing like crap, they were still steadfast on saying, no, he's going to prove we're going to stick with Zach. And then they realized, look, it's probably better if we get a veteran quarterback, especially one that he looks up to. That's his idol, and he can learn from, and then see if we could
I
salvage.
mean, but do you really want the MILF Hunter taking ayahuasca?
He needs to take something.
Vlad, I'm gonna ask you this because I've argued this point, and this is one of the reasons why, if I'm a fan of a team, I would not want Aaron Rodgers. Are you willing to have to go through this next offseason too?
Do I win?
It's no guarantee. He's only
I
one.
mean,
We talking about a guy who's
am I
had
getting the
the
playoffs?
best of the best, been
Am I getting
13,
the
3,
playoffs?
14, and 2.
Am I going to get in the playoffs?
I would say absolutely.
Okay, I would go through it again.
Just
I
for the
haven't seen the
playoffs?
playoffs.
Just
I
for
haven't
the
seen the playoff
playoffs?
in 12 years. Bro, the Jets have the longest streak of not making the playoffs. It's entering 13.
Longer than the Lions?
Yes, longer than the Lions. Lions made it like with Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
Hmm.
Last time I seen the postseason was an AFC championship game lost to the Steelers. Yes, I would do that.
Just to
But
make the playoffs.
you don't realize that you're basically giving up maybe on a future.
What future? I mean, we're not giving up much for him.
I mean, listen, dude, they were going to
No,
give
I'm
him
not
up for
talking
Derek.
about that. I'm just talking about just as a team to have to do this with your quarterback after 1 year.
Okay, but my quarterback.
You need to get something more than just playoffs out of it if you're going to make this sacrifice.
Dude, I want to have a chance to live for this sacrifice. So therefore, I'm doing this trade.
I definitely think that I definitely see where the place the Jets fan are at as compared to the Dolphins. It's just not. It's not the same place.
Dude,
Like,
we were trying to get Derek Carr. We're trying to get somebody other than number two.
You were trying to woo Derek Carr, which is like,
trying to woo him.
No, you guys were wooing, dude.
I don't know if
you
we're
guys
trying
were
to
saying,
woo.
you guys, I saw Joe Douglas say, "Oh, you'll be a Hall of Famer."
We're gaslighting.
Yeah.
We were gaslighting him. You know, because I mean, we're telling him, "Oh yeah, you could be a Hall of Famer," and then we're still texting Aaron, "Are you out of the hole yet?"
All right. We'll take a quick break.
Out of the hole. Oh, talk about the black retreat, dark retreat.
We'll take a quick break. Get to some cat talk with our guy Sergei Bobrovsky next.
The Day in the Magic City.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Time to get some cat talk here. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. A man whose energy has been really up lately is Florida Panthers goaltender, friend of the program, Sergei Bobrovsky. Talked to Bob yesterday after practice as the Panthers head into a back-to-back here at home against Chicago and Winnipeg. They need these ones. Here's Bob on the Cats playoff push. Excited to talk to our next guest. He's having a hell of a season as the Panthers are in the push for the playoffs. Got Chicago coming up tonight. You got Saturday, Winnipeg Jets, a little back-to-back action for the Cats. Sergei Bobrovsky joined us here on the show. Bob, appreciate the time, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
First of all, I want to congratulate you, man. You know, becoming the all-time winningest Russian born goaltender. That's badass, my friend. That's a hell of an accomplishment. What did that mean to you? That had to be unbelievably cool.
Yeah, definitely. It is a cool achievement. You know, it's great. So I didn't even growing up, I didn't even think about to be in the same category with Nabokov, with Bulin. You know, I look up on those guys and trying to measure myself with them and copy their elements, their technique and stuff. But I didn't even thought about. But again, it's a long journey. You know, it's definitely great. But I'm just fortunate to be in this position, this spot, and I want to thank God to do that for me.
You always say so focused, like one game at a time. Did you allow yourself to celebrate it all or reflect it all, like to just sit back? Because you work so hard. I know you're so detail oriented. You have to be so proud to have a longevity record, to have something that just means like your consistency has paid off.
Yeah, of course, but it's the with the season that we have, there is the time to celebrate for sure, but it's not that much. You have the moment. We beat the Tampa. We had a great team effort. Complete game. So everybody were satisfied, and I was satisfied as well. But then next game, next opponent coming up, and you're trying to gear yourself up for the next game, and you kind of focus one day at a time, and you're trying to keep yourself, keep yourself on track and stay on track, and just keep going.
What is the vibe around the team right now? Because you guys are fighting for your playoff lives right now, but you guys have been in a lot of high pressure games every year you've been here. So just what is the attitude around the team this year?
Yeah, guys are excited. We beat some good opponents. We beat the Vegas, we beat Tampa. It's a really good teams. They had a good, strong, balanced lineup, and and we will play a great game against them. So it's already behind us. Those wins get us together, get the team together. Build the trust and build confidence in the room. But we got Chicago coming in, and Winnipeg. It's a big game, so we're gonna approach it one game at a time, and just one shift at a time, one period at a time.
For you, you guys had such a run and gun style the last couple of years. Does anything change for you as a goalie? Like Paul Maurice coming in here, you said you guys were going to get a more playoff oriented grind out wins. Does that change anything for you or the way you approach a game?
Well, it's definitely is. Yes, it definitely is. I'm kind of feel like I mentioned that in a couple of interviews after the wins, Vegas and Pittsburgh, that it feels like we protect the house so well, and it feels like it doesn't matter who against us, we're just gonna defend and we're gonna hold and keep our ground no matter what, and that kind of feeling, it's that there is so many layers in front of you, you know, and around you, that gives you that confidence and strength as well, you know, rather than just be on your own island and you just face one a grade A scoring chance in the period and they score a goal and then you go throw back there, you know, and staying and thinking about what's going to happen if and stuff like that. So this is kind of like this style is definitely gives more confidence, gives more like gives the bigger role for you, which is so good, you know, which is so you feel that you are really part of the team and you feel that we're all together.
2-1 filthy. What does that mean, Bob? I've never heard of this in hockey before. I love this term that Paul Maurice throws out. What the hell is a 2-1 filthy?
Yeah, we had that with Tort Style, you know, in Columbus when he got into the team. So it's a very heavy, you know, heavy game. You just play patient game, you know, you play strong game. You just wear down the opponent. It was in the Torts terms, it was a game of attrition. You know, like here was 2-1 filthy, Torts terms was game of attrition. So, but it's the same, you know, same mindset that you just everybody play their role, you know, they know their role, you know, and they play heavy, hard game, and you just wait that opponent gonna break down, you know, they're gonna open up, and you build that over the season, and especially close to the end, you build that trust, and you trust and belief in the system, and you know that kind of we know what we're doing, and you know that they're gonna break at some point.
All right, couple more before I get you out of here, Bob. I got to ask you, dude. You got after it. You got hit. You're like, I'm not taking that. You jump right in there in the scrum. People don't know about Sergei Bobrovsky. I know you work on the combat sports. Like you were ready to get in there and give the business. What was that like this past couple games?
But no, I'm like I'm not really like on the hockey in the fight, you know, like I'm trying to take care about my business in the net, you know, to keep the puck out of the net. But I thought it was just like it was a dirty hit, you know. He could avoid the hit and he went like with the elbow to the head. So I didn't like that obviously, and I went after and yeah, I want to let him know too. But there is so many good like hits in the game happening, you know, but you can see that the player lost his edge, you know, and hit you and stuff like that. But when the player on purpose trying to hurt you, it's not good, you know, it's dirty, and you have to stand up for yourself.
Your teammates must have loved that though. Like when the goalie gets into a scrap, the locker room must love that.
Yeah, they did. Couple guys came to me. They say they loved it. They love to see me there. They got so excited about that.
Who was most proud? Radko Gudas? He seems like he loves a Lomberg. Which one of these guys was most proud?
Yeah, we got so many of those guys, you know. Benny also, like we got good character group. So and we got so many good tough guys, you know, in our team.
Yeah, because the last game, like you saw, it happened like right in front of you. You're just like, you just got the hell out of there. You let them finish their scrap, and then you get back to your business.
Yeah, I'm just still, you know, the most important here, it's the 2 points for us, you know. It's not about show, or you know, like you just want to, you know, look good and stuff like that. It's about they get the job done, they get the 2 points and move on. You know, it's a long season and we have a work to do. So and I'm focused on that, and I want to be part of it.
And do you still have the chain from Kodak Black? Is that anywhere? Like, do you have that anywhere? Or did he just let you borrow it?
No, I gave it to him right after the game.
Well, listen, when another playoff push, he'll be right back giving it back to you, man. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We always appreciate the fun, man. Get out to FLA Live Arena. Panthers have Chicago and Winnipeg this weekend as they continue their playoff push. Sergei Bobrovsky having a hell of a year. We always appreciate you giving us time, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It was good to talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Take care. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. The Renaissance Festival is back, and we have 4 packs of tickets for you to go and visit the lords and ladies. You can take part in axe throwing, archery, tests of strength. You can enjoy a turkey leg. You can visit the Pickle Man. It's all for you there at the Renaissance Festival. Are you excited we learned what a 2-1 filthy was, Leroy? You muted yourself, dude.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did, dude.
No, I didn't. Whoever's supposed to unmute me when we come back didn't. I don't mute and unmute myself.
I was just happy to learn the 2-1 filthy is a thing, but it has many different names, you know?
Oh, okay.
But it's Paul Maurice's thing to call it a 2-1 filthy.
Now, I have a more pressing question.
Yeah.
J Fig is going to be a great aunt?
Yup.
For the 8th time.
Oh no, sorry, it's not the 8th time. I read that wrong. But for the 2nd time, actually, I'm gonna be a great
So
aunt.
here's what I'm trying to figure out. See, because I thought this only happens. You know, I have a cousin whose uncle is 6 months older than him. So I'm more than sure that has to be something. If your niece,
My nieces are younger than me, if that's what you're trying to get
Yeah,
at.
they were still getting it on as they got older. Yeah.
but that's just like, wow, I'm not even a grandpa yet.
Well, the world works in mysterious ways.
I know. That's what
I don't
like
know what
certain
to tell
things.
you.
Like when you say, my niece just gave birth, and I'm thinking, wow, she's young. I'm trying to, in my mind, you try to put 2 and 2
In your
together.
mind, you're like, J-Flag's not even married or
Right.
anything. Yeah, I know.
Right.
That means you're getting it from Madre, huh? You're getting it from the family. Like you
No,
see,
man, nobody don't
your
want to
niece-
mess with her dad.
Oh, I've been getting that.
tell you.
but-
No. You
I-
gotta understand. They all want to be grandma and grandpa. They all want to be abuelos and abuelas. So that when they see that their
Hey.
niece is having a baby, they're gonna look at Jen and be like, "Donde?" They're gonna ask like, "When?"
Hey, all I'm saying is this. I can imagine as a young man wanting to court J-Fig and going to the door and getting that look.
You mean that look that you're gonna have to unload soon enough?
Wait,
Uh-oh.
dude, Teaspoon's going on a date.
So this kid's getting the business, yeah?
Oh, and the same kid is taking her to the ball, the ROTC ball.
All right.
So I'm telling you,
Lee,
I'm going in there like Major Payne.
Tobin, you should come in as Mike Lowry in
You
Bad
want-
Boys. You should be
the backup.
You should go in as Will Smith.
I would be all lubed up with a tight shirt.
You do
Not an
that.
image
Oh,
I want to
no.
see. Not an
I
image.
gotta tell you, there is nothing that's more terrifying than this. I say I'd rather face Reggie White 17 plays in a row by myself than having to deal with my daughter dating. That's a fact. Terrifying.
No, you're supposed to be terrifying, dude. That's what we got to get. We got to get your mentality right. We got to scare this kid.
I used to scare all of my siblings' dates.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Give him the business. Dude.
I think I got to get because I have to stay consistent with who I am. Because one of Rebecca's birthday parties,
Well, trust me.
a 7-year-old boy came through, and I start questioning him.
You
What's
told
your intention?
me.
7.
It was amazing. It was the greatest thing.
Let me explain something to you. You know what I told people? In 10 years, he gonna be 17. I need to set the tone.
Well, listen.
And guess what he said? I said, what are your intentions with my daughter? I just want some candy.
It sounds like to me, if you need some more consistency, there's nobody better to call than old Tobes. All right, we'll set this kid straight.
Consistent.
Yeah,
I can't
dude.
even have you to have consistent takes.
We got it, dude.
Yo, Tobin would flip flop. The kid would be so confused.
Yep. He was not gonna know what
He
hit
might
him.
not want to date. He might not want to date.
Hey,
her.
wants a little TTL. You let me know.
If he can't keep up, then he cannot be with.
But here's
baby
what makes
Spoon.
it worse. What do you think my daughter said to me?
Which is
Don't run him off, please.
well, that's what they
I'm
are.
like,
That's
I said,
that
isn't
is what
that
they're
my
supposed
job?
to say. That's optional.
Isn't that my job?
I mean, that's what you did for a living, so you know.
Yeah, run away. Oh man,
We'll
I don't
see.
know what to do. I'm nervous. Look, my palms
Look,
started
only
sweating.
only the week run.
First thing we're gonna ask this kid. We're gonna sit him down. All right. I'm gonna say, hey, Billy, old Uncle Tobes here. How much blame you think Kevin Love deserves for the Miami Heat?
We got a Kevin Love pie.
Depending on his answer, he can go on a date.
We're gonna slice it down in a blame
like,
pie. What would we
Kevin?
go with?
And if he agreed with you, you're gonna say, "Ooh,
He's good.
Goosey's."
He's good.
No, these kids don't know they don't know about sports like that. Plus, they're in the ROTC. They ain't doing sports. They smart.
I thought ROTC was like Army.
Yeah.
So
But,
like they gotta do
here's-
like what
you
do
know
they
what
gotta
I
do like
found out? Let me
math
explain
and
this.
burpees together?
ROTC seems like you do athletic stuff while not playing sports. So all the smart kids do ROTC, right? So they can compete, but they ain't really compete.
Right.
So
You think they got an axe throwing contest in ROTC?
no.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
J-Fake, have you ever thrown an axe?
Yes, I have.
It's fun, dude.
It's
I'm
so
telling
much
you.
fun, and I'll do it all over again.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings had it right.
I've hit the target and everything.
Did he survive?
I gotta tell you though, you gotta be careful with an axe throwing because if you get a little too willy-nilly with it, it'll bounce back on you.
You'll hurt yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you will. But
See,
don't wear
this
flip
is-
flops.
This is the story nobody wants to tell.
I'm
The
telling
story that
you
nobody.
now.
How did you cut your hand or foot? Axe throwing.
Mhm.
That's a story you do not ever want to tell because
pretty
everybody
metal.
gonna give you that stupid look. Why are you throwing axes
Well, most axe
in a
throwing places,
bar with
Yeah,
liquor?
that's the fun of it. The axe throwing places usually have the beer. I don't think you can have liquor, but you can have beer. Maybe some places have liquor. I don't know. But I've
Yeah,
only
you
drank
can
beer while
I've seen the beer. Yeah.
I've only had beer when throwing axes, and it's fun. I feel like I'm at the Renaissance Festival.
I figure at the Renaissance Festival they have axe throwing and bow and arrow,
Tell you
right?
who's yeah, you got archery and you got axe throwing. That's what
And
you
you
got.
got a pickleman.
And maybe throwing spears.
Spears.
Yeah, dude.
No. See that as a black man, you can't be floating around all that. No.
Would you want to
You
watch
know-
some jousting?
No.
Jousting.
Yeah, jousting, dude. Remember
So
when they got
people
on the-
are they really doing that on a horse?
Well, I don't know if they're doing it at the Renaissance Festival, but they used to back in the day. That was a
Yeah.
Game of Thrones thing, right? Or House of the
If
Dragon.
you went
right?
to that thing on, you remember at Disney? It's just outside of Disney. They have like the what is it called? It's like a Renaissance place where you go and eat. They put on a show. They do jousting and all that
That
stuff.
dinner and the show situation.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
No, me neither. But I pass it every time we go. Go to either Disney or Universal.
I wonder if back in the day, if jousting was more about the horse or if it was about the actual jouster. Like,
No,
did any
hold on, you idiot! It's
What?
about that long ass wooden stick they stabbing you in the chest with.
Pause.
like I'm telling you right now.
Okay, who cares about the horse when the dude is?
Because one of the
holding a
horses to
big
giddy up. I don't know.
boom?
Well, I think if you stay on, because that stick, you can go through more than one joust stick. But
Uh-huh.
if your horse messes up, done.
The horse ain't
That-
got to do nothing but run in a straight line.
No, dude. Yeah, but like if the whole point is getting there first. Like if you got a slow ass horse, you're done.
Hey, Dr. Toboggan says, I have no interest in throwing axes and I'm intangibles.
It seems like great fun.
No, it doesn't.
It does, dude. Especially at a Renaissance Festival.
Now that if only to go there and talk like that for a weekend. That
Turkey
would
leg
be
in
fun.
one, yeah. Turkey
and
leg
have
in
a
one
turkey
hand,
leg.
axe in the other. You got it all for you there, baby. Telling you, we have a great time. You know what? Let's bring Teaspoon and their date axe throwing.
Yes.
Then we'll see what's what, because then we have sharp objects. Be like, all right, so what are the intentions? Shing.
Oh, it's sharpener.
Yup.
Tobin's keeping notes for
Family
Sophie.
night
And I
at
don't-
World of Axes.
The problem is I don't own any weapons, so we
change
can't
that.
scare him with like a big elk on the wall or something like that.
We could change that. We'll take a little. You're not too far from outdoor world. Like all of a sudden, we'll just set up some archery in the backyard.
Oh,
Like, sorry, just working on my bow and arrow skills. It's a
Yeah.
crossbow.
Or throwing knives.
Yes.
What's with you throwing sharp objects, man? What's wrong with
yeah.
you?
What J-Fig?
Like, you
What are
alright?
we doing?
I think she's,
Has it been a bad
I gotta be
last
honest
couple of
with you.
dates?
She
man?
kind of looks like she's in the dojo right now. So she looks like she's doing some.
Oh
ninja
no! If her
star
hair
stuff.
was like in a ponytail, yeah, you definitely. If her hair, yeah. Oh,
Kind
it
of.
is in a
Oh, well,
ponytail.
All you got to do is put it in the salana, and then you'll be good to go.
Stop
Oh.
it. Don't.
I don't know what he's got going on.
Threaten
there
me
right
with a
now.
good
What
time.
is that? What is that? A woman bun?
What's he got going on over there? He's got like this little quail tail kind
a
of
man
hanging
bun.
off of his.
Think
It's
it's a
not,
man-
it's not like a man bun though. He's got like a little thing going on.
That dude's
don't
been
know.
injured. That dude's been injured more than Tua with no sports.
That's true.
You think he can fall? You think he knows how to fall?
Him?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
No way.
No way.
No, because Solana would try to fall down too cute and end up hurting himself more.
Yep.
That's rough. That's rough. Man doesn't know how to fall.
It is. It is. What else we got? You guys can text the show 305-567-0560. Texter writes in, bro, if you jinx the Panthers, we are going to be throwing down. This is
See?
ridiculous.
Told you.
This is ridiculous.
Told
I didn't
you.
jinx anybody. I just wanted to ask the man what a 2-1 filthy was. We found out. We're having good fun, and now everybody's worried that I jinxed the Panthers. You guys ever think that the Panthers just haven't been like? If the Panthers don't get it done tonight, I'm going to take the blame, and that's not fair. They've been inconsistent all year.
Oh, now you want to admit to inconsistency. Oh,
It's
my
not fair.
goodness.
That's not fair.
No, here's how it works. I'm going to tell you how this works right now. It ain't got nothing to do with whether the Panthers win or lose. It is how Bobrovsky plays.
That's not fair, dude.
No, because if all of a sudden, out of the blue, he throws out a stinker, all we going to do is put 2 and 2 together. And 2 and 2 is you.
I mean, he's playing out of his head right now. How can he keep up such a hot pace?
Oh, no, dude.
He's playing
Don't
like
you-
his last 10 games.
No.
2 + 2 = you.
I got to tell you, dude. Hey, why are you messing around, Tobin? I've been lighting your ass up all day.
I don't think you have, dude.
Oh no, he's your bro. You've had 2 standing A counts, man.
Hey,
it doesn't even make sense. You don't get to take the points for something that hasn't happened yet.
I'm just saying. Like, we gonna put it together. That's what you would do. That's what you would do if the shoes were on the other foot.
I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
What does me having to talk to him after practice have to do anything with him playing in between the
When
pipes?
you were talking to him, he was terrible.
I talked to him. I've talked to him every year.
Then you stop talking to him. He start balling. So
is it balling in hockey?
Hockey, balling. You
Fucking?
can do balling in general.
No. We'll stay with balling.
Balling in general.
It's not a ball. It's
but balling
equivalently
in
inaccurate.
general.
He's been skating. How about that? He's been skating.
Right.
I don't want to see pucking.
What is the goalie term? Standing on his head?
Standing on his head, dude.
Right. Whatever the hell that means, that's what we'll go with.
Another
But
guy's saying,
if he all of a sudden gives up 5 goals, dude, I'm telling you, Monday, it's your fault.
Another guy says, Tobin, I'll fight you Floyd style in the post game if the Heat lose tonight. What does that have to do with anything?
What does the Heat have to do with anything?
I don't know what that has to do
I
with
think
it.
people just want to fight.
I can just live my life.
People just want to
They're
fight.
gonna
you.
meet you in the alley.
This is not the reception I typically get from people. You guys are sitting here wanting to fight me left and right. I didn't do anything.
I think because the gig is up, we have figured out that You, much like the Dolphins, have restructured takes, and you restructure them so you always maneuver in and out of your hot takes.
Oh,
and now the gig's up. So
sometimes you have to restructure because you can't just stay, pig-headed in one way if you are presented with
no.
information.
What you do is escape blame. That's restructuring. Like if you change your mind and the attitude has changed, that's different. But what you do is you try to wiggle out of one of those takes that is terrible, that is wrong, and then you say, no. Little TTL. That's all that was.
We'll take a quick break. Final hour of the show coming on up. Back after this. Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. And before the end of this hour, we're going to give away a pair of tickets to Heat and Grizzlies. So stay tuned for that. But meanwhile, we got your chance to win tickets to the biggest weekend in metal music. Rockville is coming to Daytona Beach May 18th through the 21st. So we give away 2 passes for the entire weekend, plus a camping pass. All right. So if you guys want to be there to see Tool, Slipknot, Busted Kneecaps, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, Rob Zombie, and more, go to WQAM.com and listen. You'll get 1 entry for every hour that you listen. The more you listen to WQAM, the more chances you have to win tickets to Rockville. Just listen and pile up those chances. Those tickets are courtesy of Rockville.
Busted Kneecaps.
Busted Kneecaps. You know that song.
What song?
Everybody. Busted Kneecaps. That's how it goes.
It's a good song.
Told you. Told you, Jake Fig. Get some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
All right.
Jay Fig, I'm a little scared now.
Why?
Jay Fig sent me a picture of a shirt, and the shirt says, "I will cut you."
Jeez.
That's terrifying.
Yo. I'm not messing with you, though.
Hey,
These sharp objects.
we know where we should get that from.
Machetes, knives,
Yep.
blades.
Miami Heat's back in action tonight. They are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Let's go on a run. Come on.
The Miami Heat from Iowa.
I've been waiting for this.
The Miami Heat are listing Duncan Robinson as out tonight due to an illness.
He's out when he's healthy.
In his ass?
Yeah, the actually the illness is tired of Spo's act, and so he's out tonight.
Wow.
He is out tonight. So
That's gotta be hard. Can I just say this? Like, Dunks comes back. He has a decent game.
Yep.
He thinks
him and Bam doing the thing.
He thinks that, okay, maybe I'm getting some of this back. And then he don't play again.
Nope.
Like that has to be hard on a player.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what his sickness is. Out of this act, man. I don't know.
But why?
Weird.
Why is that? What is he doing? What is going on?
Know.
Where
I don't know. I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good answer.
Like if Dunks plays, like Spo
don't have an answer.
Like he's unhappy.
I don't have an answer for a guy.
Damn, I gotta play Dunks.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for a guy who makes the money that he makes, who started as many games as he has the franchise record in 3-pointers, and he has to be strong-armed into playing him. I don't know. Especially when he is, in your franchise history, historically great at the thing you're worst at this year.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird. I get it. He makes dumb fouls a lot. But
I mean, there's nobody who can get you 2 fouls quicker than
nobody. But he's not going to play the whole game, so you might as well let him go out there like Deadman. Let him get his 6. Maybe he'll hit 4 threes. That's
what I would like.
What?
I would like Dunks to have more threes than fouls.
Yeah. But he's out tonight. Darius Garland, is questionable tonight with a quad contusion.
Didn't they play 2 nights ago, or did they play last night?
No, 2 nights ago.
Yeah, he has South Florida, and he can.
You think so? That's what that is.
Tobin, come on now.
He slipped that lip.
Tobin.
He might be right.
Tobin, they won Wednesday.
Hopefully, this Evan Mobley decide to experience South Beach a little bit.
They went out Wednesday night. If Kevin Love is smart, he's like, "Hey guys, you're in my new city now. Let me show you around. Takes them around. Carbones. Take them nice, eat very nice, and then take them to the nightclubs, and then have them struggle tonight."
Also in hoops action, the Hurricanes, they take on Duke 7:00 for the semifinals of the ACC tournament.
Ooh,
that game will be on 104.3 The Shark. And
it's pretty
I gotta
amazing.
tell you, these games have been making me nervous lately.
It's pretty amazing that you could say Duke and Miami's been more consistent than Duke, right? It sounds weird, but it's an accurate assessment. So I can't wait, man. I need to see, I want to see if this is like, if they can really go on a championship run we'll know after today because they'll be able to slow down a team that's been hot.
Yeah, Duke lost those back-to-back ACC games. They've won, I think, 7 straight since. Yesterday scared me, dude. I mean, because it does feel like the Canes kind of like the Heat, but they've had a better season, obviously. But they have this thing of closing out games. Been a little dicey. It always gets a little too, it gets a little too close for comfort.
As someone who's played in a lot of tight games and has lost and won both, I'm gonna tell you, it's not that easy. Everybody think, oh, you dominating them, then you should just keep doing it. But there's something about being the chaser and being the chased. And there's something about, when you have things working, you're not adjusting to them. They are adjusting to you. So if you then get, if they adjust well and then have your number, you are adjusting on the fly. Whereas they got to sit down and adjust. So yeah, man, it's nerve-wracking. But that's sports. That's what sports is. The only sport that there's really not a whole bunch of adjusting is baseball.
Sexy Sauce says Dunks is on Spo's poop list. It appears it. I don't know what he did. I don't know, but it does feel like very much like once you're in that doghouse, you're in.
You know what? I think he just looks over at Spo and goes, "What did I do?" And Spo goes, "That look."
Wouldn't you just be? Would you be shocked if we found out behind the scenes that Duncan Robinson was just a huge jerk? No way, right?
That would no way.
No way. He's like the nicest guy ever.
No way.
He's just mouthing off the Spo. He's mouthing off the Spo left and right. It's impossible to see that scenario.
Nope.
So if it wasn't for sass, what is it for?
I don't know, man. Look, that is
Duncan Robinson. I can say last year, okay, Duncan had a down year last year. Max Strus was better than him. That's a fact. Max Strus outperformed him last year.
Mm-hmm.
Max has not been playing like that this year.
Nope.
Now, there's a comfortability level, I would say, with Max and Jimmy. Jimmy's always loved playing with Max Strus. They have a tight relationship. But Max was nailing shots last year. Jimmy defended him this past time around because, Max missed the 3 to tie it at the end of the last game. And Jimmy's like, he's going to nail it next time. So, I know that Jimmy's got an affinity for Max Strus. But, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo. I mean, you want to talk about two guys who have a great chemistry together. And it's not like, there's not always going to be these times where Max or where Duncan, Jimmy, and Bam are all on the floor at the same time. You got those minutes where Bam's out there alone and Jimmy's out there alone. So maybe, those minutes where Bam's out there in the second quarter, third quarter, you put Duncan out there, you do that little DHO, see if it works out. I don't know.
What was DHO?
Little handoff. What? That's what it is, dude. Don't look at me like I made it up. That's what they call it. This is like when you got mad at me for PFPs, and that's a thing.
They can say it. You don't say
Why
it.
can't I say it?
It just doesn't sound right.
That's not fair. That's not fair. I don't have the credentials.
Life isn't fair.
This is ridiculous.
Dude. Well, because you use so many other ones that are not sports related that we don't want to hear you say something that people actually use because we're not going to take you serious. You're also the same guy that goes boots on the ground.
That's right.
So,
BOTG.
yeah, see, no. See, nope.
Chapo Finesse says, big play Slay may be on his way to Miami soon. Rumor mill is swirling, boys.
Here we go. Here we go. Somebody beat you to it, though. Somebody beat you to it.
Wow, I like it. He's a Rosenhaus guy. You got the in with Rosenhaus.
That's kind of how that works.
That is how that works. Send Ogba over to the Eagles.
Big contract.
Slay.
No state tax. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I mean, you played in Detroit and Philadelphia. If you have a chance to play Miami, you jump on it.
Slay. X. I like it.
All right.
Why are you dismissing it?
I'm not dismissing it.
You don't seem very excited.
Here, because I'm thinking of it like this.
You were all in on Jalen Ramsey.
No, well, here's the reason why. Jalen Ramsey would be a trade, and he's only getting paid what, 15 million?
That's his contract right now. Yeah.
Right.
This would be a trade too, though. It's not like he's a free agent.
So
he has permission to go try and seek something.
no, didn't they put the non-exclusive on him?
No, he's in contract right now, but he wants a restructure.
Oh, okay. So with Jalen Ramsey, that's why I say that. It's 15 million for that. Yeah, I could eat that. But I mean, you have other pressing issues. So if you're going to start bringing guys in and giving them big contracts, you better make sure all of your other areas are attended to.
Yeah, but secondary is like, with a lot of the concerns of health. I mean, the only guy you really are like, oh, we got this situated is Javon. Everybody else is like hurt, free agent. X is kind of going, seems like he's kind of on the other end of it. Like
he was hurt all year. Man, don't do that.
He's also getting up there. He is
still.
Well,
I mean, the guy, that's why Vlad, this is why I tell people. If I know what I know now, I would have never played hurt.
Dude, hey, listen.
Because now you just said Xavier Howard's slipping. He's on the back nine, and the dude played with a messed up groin all year.
He did.
You know how hard that is?
It seems like it was hard because he was chasing a lot.
Here we go. See?
I'm not blaming him. I appreciate him gutting it out.
Do you? It don't sound like it.
I do.
Don't
But even if you have those guys situated, you still got to figure out some other spots in that.
Who's your best defensive back?
Holland.
No.
You still say X?
Yeah.
He gets the OG treatment?
No. He gets the premier cornerback in the league treatment.
I hope he gets some treatment on that groin.
Here's the thing.
I just let that go.
Athletes have a bunch of injuries. And the thing about some of these injuries is the only thing that heals it is time. During the season, you don't have it. So he'll be fine. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I'm winning.
You're not winning. In fact, you took a 10-8 this round, dude.
No. Right? Hey,
you did.
For the next 45 minutes, all I gotta do is dance around.
That's pretty much true.
I can cut off the ring, baby.
You need a Juan Manuel Marquez punch right now.
I just watched Creed 3. I'm ready.
And furthermore, I'm watching for the kicks. I ain't gonna just get kicked in the side of the head. Well, first of all, you could probably, what's the highest you could kick me in the stomach?
Yeah, probably.
See, why not even a Twitch?
Go a little side kick to the ribs.
A Twitcher said you've been giving him atomic wedgies all day, Leroy.
I know. I can see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stolen McRibs. Stolen underscore McRibs.
Listen.
He's just lashing out from a couple of hours ago.
We get ready to start March Madness.
Stolen McRibs.
And what a better way! What a great way to start it by me just dominating you for a whole day.
You're not dominating.
Wow, he said you're a 16 seed right now.
You're not dominating, dude. All right,
1 seed and a 16.
I'm Florida Gulf Coast right now. I'm about to storm back on you. Back after this. right. 15 minutes to eat here for you on 560. WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock. Heat back in action tonight from Miami-Dade Arena. 6:45 pre-heat with Alejandro Solana getting you going. Jason Jackson, Amy Audibert have your call from the Heat's house.
Is he healthy enough?
I see him walking around here.
Sure he's not limping?
But ask him.
Oh, man, guess what I missed?
Hey, are you good to go tonight? Leroy wants to know.
He said he's day to day.
He's day to day. He doesn't know. Questionable.
Hey,
Questionable.
guess what I'm missing?
Hmm?
I would have missed it anyway. Free empanadas.
Yeah, they're opening up a new store down Little Haiti.
What do you mean? Where? What?
Yeah, Half Moon. They got a free empanada day today
Where? Little
Where?
at their new place down the road.
I think I might have to mosey along.
Yep.
You can't do it anyway. It's Friday.
Solana says he has no idea what we said.
I know. It's Friday. You know, Friday is if you're a Catholic.
Empanada Friday.
No.
Oh, you can't eat.
Oh,
meat?
if you're a
You can't
Catholic,
eat.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't eat.
Yeah, Lent.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, my
today?
Lent's over, man.
Yeah.
Huh? No, every Friday you can't eat. You're not supposed to eat.
During Lent.
So you're going fish today? What are you doing?
Yeah, fish.
What do you got?
I went to try this morning. I got up. I tried to go find. I wanted to cook some sea bass, and nobody had. You know, they have the big strip, and they'll cut it up for you. But if it's down by the tail, everything's too skinny.
I've always found this such an odd thing where fish is the thing you're allowed to eat for Lent. It's just very odd. Fish.
I mean, what about kosher food and
I know.
Passover and stuff?
I get it.
like
Everybody's
that?
got their thing. I've always found that growing up. I was like, fish. That's what we're going with on Friday, huh?
Well,
There's nothing
you know,
worse than
in
living
my
in a Catholic household.
neighborhood. In my neighborhood, there was only one type of fish that was eaten during Lent.
Catfish?
Catfish.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
I got
sir.
that catfish with Publix if you want.
No.
The tenders.
No. I cook my own catfish. I like it breaded how I want to bread it.
Did you see, Leroy, that Nikola Jovic was in a little G League action and did good? Lit it up?
I mean, we got a bunch of guys lighting up in G League. They come and sit the bench here. Just leave them there and let them play.
Jovic was 26 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 3 of 5 from downtown. And
that can't help us.
I'm just letting you know, Jovi.
I mean, the same thing with, when Yurt was down there, he looked like a Hall of Famer. And they come here and sit on the bench.
It doesn't sound like they're doing it.
I'm not questioning Spo. But I am saying.
I'm like, you are. I dare you.
I am saying that can't help. I mean,
this was Spo on them sending him to the G League. You have this, J-Fig? This was what Spo had to say about Nico going to South Dakota.
Similar to what Omer was able to do for 2 games, Nico hopefully will have, a few more games than that. But he just needs to play. That's the most important thing. Physically, he feels much better. He's done all the drill work. He's done all the player development. He needs 5-on-5. As many practices, there's not a ton of games left, but all of that will be important, to set up his offseason.
Still hasn't graduated high school, by the way.
Hold on. I don't know how y'all read into that. Basically, he said, don't worry about Jovic. He ain't playing for us this year.
Yeah, he did basically say that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think there was anything to read into. Like, he basically said that. He's not playing here.
Like, when they finally played him, didn't he have like 11 points in a quarter?
That sounds about right.
I don't understand.
I mean, he didn't play much this year.
I know, but
I think it just was like, look, he's very young. He hasn't even graduated. Still hasn't graduated high school yet. Apparently, he has to go back to Europe to do it. If mom told me to do that and I was a millionaire, I'd tell her to take a hike. Sorry, mom. Little baby Nico, why don't you please come back to Serbia, finish degree? No thanks, Ma. I got IG models down in Miami.
You see what happens when you go to United States? You turn into American.
Why you not come home? Have you seen? Two words: Astron. I'm making $3 million this year. I don't need to. What does Jovic make this year? What's Jovic's salary?
1.2 maybe.
No, really? As a first round pick? Let's see.
It's probably like 2.3. It's not that much, man.
Huh. Let's see. Jovic is making 2.3. That's enough to party down here. A little bit. What's he staying in that
for 4 months?
Yeah, dude.
He's definitely sharing a room with somebody. They're roommating. It's definitely roommating.
So here's what I can't. You have two guys who fill the void of what you've been missing all year, and we don't even kick the tires on them.
Yeah, but one's a kid.
And here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing about this. Jovic has played against grown-ass men more than some of these kids coming out of college.
Yeah, but are they grown-ass men who can ball, or are they grown-ass men who change tires?
I mean, no, we ain't talking about the cigarette and newspaper guy. They ain't that.
Are we
They're
sure?
grown men, though.
How many games did you watch of him in Serbia? What if, like, there's a guy there? I'm not trying to be a jerk. I didn't watch. I'm just asking. Maybe he played against bums.
He was still playing basketball against men, however good they were or not. When you 16, 17 years old and you playing against a guy at 25, 30, that
But maybe they just think he needs a project. Like that's the thing is, you know, they just think they're gonna use him, they're gonna incubate him, they're gonna get him in the offseason program.
But my question is in the 13 minutes that he played, how have you come to the conclusion that what he does can't help?
I don't know, dude. That's what they do. You're telling me Spo doesn't know better than us?
I've said I'm not questioning Spo.
Kind of sounds like you are, though. I wish he'd have the guts to do it.
No, because he knows better than I do.
Well,
They
then-
have more. They have read more of the book than me. I've just read the forward of the book, and I like the book. They have read the first couple of chapters. So they have more information than I have. So I'm not just going to start trashing people without having all of the information. Like, I don't know why Dunks doesn't play. I don't know why Big Yurt is sitting next to UD. I don't know why.
Schmieden says maybe he just played a bunch of Serbian Deadmans. It looked like look amazing against them.
I mean, amazing enough for him to go in the first round.
Yeah, I mean the end of the first round, but yeah, I get you.
First round is first round, dude.
No, that's not true, dude.
It is when you was if you a no rounder. Jimmy was a second rounder.
Jimmy was not a second rounder. He was a late first rounder.
Who? Jokic was a second.
Jokic was a second rounder.
Yep.
Now, trust me, we got to get this Jovic going. So Jokic is going to want to play with him in a couple of years. You know, Serbian
Here we
pipeline.
go. Here we go.
What? They went out to dinner.
So,
buddy.
Tobin, you read into everything while reading nothing.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
You read into all this stuff and what all this stuff means, and it could just mean, hey,
I mean, we know that
homeboys, let's go to dinner.
Well, let's be honest about it, dude. We know these Jokic brothers like to party down here. You don't think they'll tell baby bro, get your ass to Miami?
This is the same guy.
Bro.
Wait. I could have sworn one of the times I filled in for you guys, he was saying something about a link between Luka and the Miami Heat.
Slovenian pipeline.
Yes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
How did that
And
go?
wait, don't forget, it's not a Slovenian pipeline without saying Gogi.
Oh,
well, Gogi is the key, but Serbia, Slovenia, different countries, you know? I mean, Balkan Peninsula, you're kind of in the same region, you know? You go ask our guy Christos about that, but, you know, I'm telling you right now, if you want to get the pipeline, if you get Luka and Jokic down here, you got to build the pipeline, and the pipeline all starts with Gogi. He'll be back next year, don't worry, after this little flirtation with the Bucks.
As what?
He'll probably be, you know, like that voice after UD leaves. You make Gogi the OG of the locker room.
Ooh. Iron Fist.
Look who's here now, buddy. Everybody say, oh, you think you're too sweet to rule with Iron Fist? We'll see about that, Patty, because the Iron Dragon is here. Better not step out of line. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Better not be any fat cats in my locker room or I'll ship you out for Boban.
Wasn't he dead to
I
you?
thought
Like,
yeah, I thought he was dead to you.
Wait, he was dead to you?
Yeah,
he
'cause
was dead.
went
He
to-
is dead to me
went
for
to
the rest of the
Milwaukee.
season.
Wait, wait. I'm confused now. You just confused the crap out of me. You just had a love diatribe of
Welcome
Gogi
to
right
my
now.
world, Vlad.
You just like, oh yeah, Gogi, the whole Slovenian pipeline, Slovenia, Serbian pipeline. You saying Gogi's gonna get it done. Dragic is gonna be with you next season.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the new UD.
Right.
He's
But for
gonna
this
run
season, he's dead to me. What's hard to keep up?
How can somebody be dead to you now, but then you love them again?
Well, you'll find out, dude, because we got You Dead to Me coming up next.
The result.
You're dead to me.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. All right, if you guys want to go to Heat and Grizzlies, callers 3 and 4 right now to 305-567-0560. 3 and 4 are going to get a pair of tickets to Heat and Grizzlies coming up next Wednesday at Miami-Dade Arena. There will be no John Morant. They announced yesterday he's going to miss the next 4, so that will include that game. But still really good, that team. They can win without him, and it's going to be a big one for the Heat. So if you want to go, 305-567-0560. Callers 3 and 4. You will get a pair of tickets to Heat and Grizzlies. But now, we got to find out who's dead to us. Jovic, do you have the tweet that I sent you during the break, a couple breaks ago? Because this guy, his name is Dov Kleinman, okay? I see him on Twitter all the time. He's kind of one of these Twitter aggregators, Leroy. Just kind of takes everybody's stuff. He's a decent follow. You know, he can let you know a bunch of information and things like that. We'll tweet out some videos and whatnot. So he tweeted out today, update, the Dolphins have reportedly created over $40 million in cap space by restructuring the contracts of Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, and Byron Jones. And he did this with a graphic, which has the 3 players on there. Except one picture, number 24, that's Byron Jones. Picture with the number 10, obviously that's Tyreek Hill. But the third picture, as Tyreek Hill has pointed out, that is not T-Stead. That is not Teron Armstead, dude. What it looks to be is a picture of Laramie Tunsil. That's not Teron. It's not even his number.
So not only is he stealing takes, he can't even get it right.
Exactly, dude. Which means, Dov, you're dead to me, dude. You mix it. Listen, I know Laramie Tunsil has reaped a lot of benefits for the Miami Dolphins. But try and figure out who the hell Teron Armstead is and who Laramie Tunsil is. Dov. I've never heard of anybody named Dov. I thought everybody's Dave. I thought, whatever. What do you got? Who's dead to you?
There's no E on the end. So I am a big fan of players getting paid, but more importantly, I'm a fan of players getting paid that earn it, right? And I have been proven, and this is a fact, that if you are a company man and you do things without making a stink, then whatever company you work for will run over you like you don't exist. Example, Lamar Jackson. He's been a quiet dude. He said, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm going to bet on myself. All the things that you want your star player to say. And now he's in this situation where the team is just like, no, we ain't doing it. But it's their fault why you're even in this situation. It ain't Lamar's fault. It is the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens. For handling your superstar, unlike any other would handle their star quarterback in the league. Everybody has signed their quarterback up early. Everybody has signed their quarterback that has won MVPs and made their team contenders every year, has signed that guy up early. You waited, and now you're in this poop fest. You're dead to me for handling your player that way.
Wow. All right. J Fig?
My dead to me goes to these companies who keep releasing these nasty flavors in just about anything that nobody ever asked for. Like a ranch ice cream.
Huh.
Oh.
It's kind of gross.
That's disgusting.
Is that
Do people like to get...
Nobody asked for this.
Is that
Did they
Benny
use-
What kind of ice cream is that? What brand?
It
You
says
sound intrigued.
limited edition Hidden Valley Ranch fresh ice cream. That's all it says.
So
It
it's just
doesn't-
I'm not intrigued.
Hidden Valley Ranch is making their own ice cream?
I guess
What
so.
do
It's a
you do?
limited
Dip wings
edition.
in it? That's disgusting.
I don't know if this is some sort of company, ice cream company. It's called VanVleet. I don't know.
Is it Jimmy Butler's ice cream company?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
But,
into
like,
that.
That's just no. Stop mixing good things with, I guess, good things. But like, I don't really like ranch. I don't know.
Yeah, stop
You a
ruining
blue
a good
cheese?
thing.
Stop ruining things.
Are you a blue cheese person?
No,
When you don't eat wings?
I do, but just with different things.
I'm with you, J Fig. I have wings with the wing sauce. I don't need
Yeah.
any
That's
blue
because you eat
cheese
too
or
damn
ranch.
fast.
That's not true, dude. I just like the
Dude,
wings as they taste. I don't need anything with them.
You when we sit down to eat, you eat like we're at a military meal.
I hope for your sake that turns into a gift later.
I know.
Vlad, who's dead to you?
Leroy from doing that. Oh my God, what was that, man? Jeez,
That's
Like,
how
right
fast
after
Tobin eats.
After I won after I answered the call for the tickets, I'm coming in and I'm seeing Leroy just like hurriedly.
He's
just-
eating
What are you doing, Leroy?
He's eating wings. Nope.
That's Tobin.
You get what you deserve, dude.
Tobin. All right, I got you.
Oh man.
Who
So
is
what you
that
got?
to me?
What, are we all going to
Is Zach Wilson dead to you?
Nah, Zach's been dead to me.
Oh, okay.
He's been dead. To me. He's dead.
Done
He's
been dead.
Yeah, he's
Can't
been
die
dead.
twice, huh?
No, you can't die twice.
Dead twice.
He's
I
not
guess
a
Braxton Berrios is dead to me. Guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he's dead to me. He dropped that 4th down catch against the Vikings, and that was pretty much it.
That's all she wrote.
That was all she wrote. If he
Okay.
caught that ball, he would still be a Jet. He
Oh.
didn't. Got paid. Didn't want to restructure his contract. Got to let him go.
I'm very excited for this free agency. Seems like there's gonna be a lot of action.
Yep. Hey, are we going Sunday? I'm going.
What?
Marcos.
Oh yeah. With some
See you there.
with some ranch flavored ice cream.
No, dude.
That's a big no.
Come on. What are you doing?
I refuse.
What? It's a great present. Nobody would think of that.
I would throw that to something.
Why?
You know, I would sit outside like I did that potato pie.
Let it melt.
Let it melt. Yep. Oh, then you can dip your wings in it if it melts, right?
Ew. I don't even want to. Nope.
What is the closest thing to food that you've had in ice cream? Raisins?
What?
I
You
don't
don't-
like raisins.
I've had like pretzels in ice cream before.
Yeah.
Pretzels and ice
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
But
Those are
wait. Wait. You don't have raisins in? So clearly you don't like rum nut.
Rum nut? You mean like
rum
rum
nut
raisin?
ice cream
Rum
is
raisin?
Rum raisin is the best.
rum
ice cream.
raisin. That's a
No,
Nope.
I'm not a fan of rum raisin.
really?
That's
I know, Vlad. I know, Vlad. I
Is
know,
that
Vlad.
intangibles?
While yes, while we eating rum raisin, y'all eating mint chocolate.
You don't
chip.
even like ice cream.
I don't like mint chocolate chip. I
No,
like
They don't
cookie
get
dough.
it. They don't get it.
They don't
Mint
get it.
chocolate chip is delicious. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's an intangible flavor.
Nah.
Rum raisin is not an intangible flavor.
Nah.
You got to go. You got to go to Oakland and 441 to get it at the Jamaican places.
Yep. You already know.
Have
Leroy.
you?
Leroy
Oh my
knows.
god! So speaking of, okay, there's an ice cream shop in Homestead that serves gansito ice cream.
What is that?
That is possibly the closest thing I have to food in ice cream.
What is that?
It is delicious.
What's in it?
So gansito in Mexico, it's like a Mexican pastry that's kind of like a Twinkie, but it's chocolate covered and it has jelly inside.
But that's different. Like we still talking about sweet and sweet. You see what I'm
That's so
saying?
good, though.
Like if you put little cake pieces or ice cream cake or something like that, I'll allow that.
Well,
But
it's very good.
like ranch,
I liked
Yeah.
when they did that. They did that. They were trying to do that mac and cheese flavored ice cream a little while back.
what?
Why?
Never tried it, but I thought if I ever was around it, I might peruse. I might try it.
You kick the tires on any food.
I might kick the tires on it, except rum raisin.
No, why?
Rum raisin is, dude, with
Oh,
those
yeah.
little bitty what is it, grape nuts that they
What am I,
put
a
in it?
squirrel? What am I, a woodland creature?
No, it has raisins and they have those little grape nuts.
Two scoops.
I don't
of
like
little,
anything raisins.
2 scoops
Really?
of my little chipmunk paws.
So you don't like bread pudding?
Nope.
Man. Again, bread pudding. Bread pudding is a staple of my youth because it was one of those things that we don't waste nothing. You got some stale bread, throw it in the freezer. We'll save it and make some bread pudding.
I barely like cornbread because I feel like it's too dry.
That's because you ain't had good cornbread.
Cornbread's
Possibly.
Hey, growing up, J-Fig, my cornbread tastes like cake.
Oh man, that's some good cornbread.
Hey, it was sweet. It tastes like cake. I can't eat regular cornbread. Like only cornbread I eat is from my youth when it was basically a piece of cake.
You seem to have a confrontation on here because somebody on the text line, this is a texter, not me, not old Tobes. I'm backing off of this one. Rum raisin? ? Leroy, your black card has officially been revoked.
That's not true.
Actually,
no. So you guys battle amongst that guy.
Your black card there, Mr. Texter, has been revoked. What are you talking about?
Rum raisin is like Jamaican as it gets.
It don't get no blacker than that.
Yeah,
that's why it's rum raisin. Why you think we're eating it?
Rum and raisin.
I don't know. The only time I ever have raisin is when I get a chocolate chip cookie. Well, a wannabe chocolate chip cookie. And then when I bite into it and it's a raisin. That makes me very upset.
Oh, you just don't like raisins.
I just don't like raisins.
You like grapes?
I love grapes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, rum raisin is a staple. What are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
All right, everybody. That's our show for today. Hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their weekend. We will talk to you guys.
We got a lot of sports this weekend.
It's a high stakes day. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in today, you got the Heat game here on QAM tonight. 6:45 pregame, 8 o'clock tip. You're looking for the Canes game. It's on 104.3. The Shark, 7 o'clock. Panthers, 96.5 HD2 for Cats and Blackhawks. Thanks to Sergei Bobrovsky for stopping by the show. Please be awesome this weekend. I don't want to hear the wrath. Also, you were hilarious. 2-1 filthy. We'll talk to you guys on Monday.
Text WQA.